recording. Give me 1 second. Hi, YouTube girlies. Hi, YouTube girlies. Hi, hi, hi. I want to say to the YouTube girlies real quick before I continue telling with the chat what I was going to say. Thank y'all so much for watching. I want you guys, everyone here to know that now my main channel and my VOD channel are monetized. Thank you guys so much for that. Okay, so I want to start getting into like doing some yappy stuff on these characters, but I just like legitimately have to do their stories. So I wanted to start with somebody. So let's go. Let's go. Let's get some dailies done. Let's see who we can spend things on. I know Yunjin is like sitting here waiting to level up. I just keep hoarding things for her. But I still need more. I can't do any of that today. I still need more of this too. Okay, we'll do this. So everyone go to the Violet Court. I'm gonna get myself some crystal flies and we will start grinding. Hi, Gem. How are you, Gem? Whatever you do, do not do Ayato's quest. It's the most boring one. I also want to do Kaveh too. One of the most, I was looking at popularity rankings and like surveys and stuff, and I feel like they don't really reflect our community. When I was doing, when I was looking at my comments, because that Genshin tier list video is legitimately my most popular video on my YouTube right now, so I obviously want to give my Genshin girlies some more content. Got to do my research and stuff first. A lot of people are like, once you do Kaveh's story, you're going to like him way more. Okay. So I got 3. The other ones probably flew away. I need 1 more. There's Kaveh haters in chat? No. What I'm saying is in my tier list video, I ranked Kaveh quite low because I don't know anything about him. And people are like, once you do the story, your opinion's going to change, girl. He's so endearing. Okay, I'm excited to do Kaveh. We're going to do Cloud Retainer first, though. So I hope everyone's having a good... What's today? Saturday? Because I'm having a great Saturday. You know what they say about Saturday? It's Saturday. Does anyone know that meme? It's Saturday. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. Fawn, I lied to you about where to stop today, by the way. I just realized I'll be around here to let you know. Okay, just let me know, comment. It sucks most because Kaveh's development is locked behind a limited time event quest. Oh. You've been doing work all day? And finals, comment? Ooh, girl. Please, I hope... Are you resting now? You're mostly done with finals? Well, that's good. Many people cried with Cloud Retainer's story. It's so wholesome. Well, I know that she's going to be giving Mother on multiple levels, so... Yeah. So, I want you guys to know, I'm going to let you guys know now, I have a very, very busy next few weeks coming up. I've bitten off a lot, okay? So I'm doing the Genshin event. I'm doing some collaborations with some creators for Pride. I have a tournament coming up, not next week, but the week after. So I'm like booked out even on the days where I'm normally off. So if I just like have to take a day off, maybe sometime in the week, I'm just letting you guys know now. I'm going to try my best to keep consistent.
Really did spend a lot recently. Only 10 more left. Still, 10 more is better than no more.
I haven't announced anything yet, Wolf. I've been meaning to announce it. I was going to announce it this week. I just never got around to it, but I'll announce it soon. I figure with the internet, it doesn't have to be like so far in advance. People are going to forget anyway if I say it too far in advance. You were just not able to start working on your team. Right, Water. I'm really excited about it, Water. But, you know, you just got to pace yourself. Like, the one thing that I've learned with my Saturn returning is like, now that I'm my own boss, I need to stop being such a workaholic. I used to survive in like the American work culture by just being a workaholic. If I just work, no one's gonna ever bother me and I can just clock out and go home and I'll never be questioned. Because the thing about work, it's not just American work environments, but just all over the world. There's a sense of like community. There's a sense of like indoctrination. Not to be so like hippy dippy post-capitalist, but like there is just like this weird thing where people expect you to like play the game. And y'all know me, I'm a Capricorn. Go ahead and knock that off of your bingo card. But I'm also a Taurus moon. I'm quite stubborn and I'm so real. Like I really just don't care about like perpetuating culture that just only benefits old white guys. Sorry, that's the one time I'm going to be like that this stream, but it's so hard for me. But I noticed that I was able to be such an avoidant person in the workplace because I always produced the highest. I looked at every workplace that I entered, I looked at the person who was the highest producer and I beat them. So that way, whenever someone came to me and was like, hey, Fawn, why don't you ever come to like company meetings? Why don't you ever participate in extracurricular things? I'm like, well, because I'm working so hard. Leave me alone. I'm going home to play video games. But now that I'm my own boss, I'm like trying to break that. And it's kind of hard because there are moments like on my Sundays and Mondays, y'all know that I have those days off. On my Sundays and Mondays, sometimes I just sit there and I have to tell myself to stop working. Like, go do something. That's why I've been going on my walks and stuff, because it's a good way for me to like stop and go on a walk and recuperate, get out of my work environment and be like, oh my goodness, you know. Bonnie, you need to take a day off, please do. I will. Don't worry, guys. I just want to, what it is like, I don't want to say it day of, because that's the type of person I am, is I'm going to like not say anything and not communicate that, you know, maybe like something might be happening soon. I'll just be like, okay, I can't stream today. And I don't like doing that. Because I know some people like maybe, you know, maybe are like waiting for that stream. Some people, I'm thinking of it this way. When I was at work and I was waiting on a video or a stream or something and it was canceled, it was like, oh man, but it was fine. Like I always understood, but it was like, I just like to give people a heads up. It is really great water. It is really great, but it's like, it's not that I don't like that part. I'm honestly really happy that I have that opportunity to like explore that with my Saturn returning and all that stuff. People in the US work on Sundays? People in the US work every day, baby. We work on holidays too, national holidays. Federally recognized holidays that some people get paid more to do. Some people actually get paid minimum wage to do it. And they tell you it's optional when really it isn't, because your rent is 90% of your paycheck. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, let me drink my coffee. Let's do some karaoke. Oh wait, I don't have any karaoke up. Never mind.
I'll catch up. Someone needs assistance.
Let the mighty be humbled.
Clock that. America from a European perspective is scary. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to America. I was going on a walk today with my boyfriend. I was talking about how like this month for Pride Month, I'm trying to be less of like a bitter, cynical, gay person, because I mean, like I get the privilege in America with my age too. I was like in middle school when Obama was elected, right? I got the privilege of being in the post-Obama era, so like I can make the jokes like, oh my goodness, look, rainbow washing and things like that. But I know that some people might actually wish that they were in an environment that could have that. I don't know where I was going with that. In general, I'm just trying to be more positive. Trying to be more positive, trying to be more cognizant of how lucky I am. That's my intention this Pride. But I'm sorry, but can we go out so I can switch characters? Yes. Are you telling me some countries don't work? Oh, you're talking about European. Yeah, that's what I was saying. From a European perspective, I can totally get it, because from an American perspective, it's really crazy. But I try to look at the glass half full, because it's like, girl, I ain't got money to leave. So I'm either going to be sad about this or I'm just going to do my best. Oh, wait, leave. There. The way I learned today that a full-time job in most of Europe is 35 hours, but our salary gets cut in half. Yes, Americans do work on Sunday. It's fun. It's fun. It's really fun working on a Sunday and being told like, The most working in retail and in food on weekends is the most disillusionment that you will ever face as an American. You know what? We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. I have to get it out of my chest. Get it off my chest. The reason why millennials and Gen Z are becoming so disillusioned with the economy is because all of us are being forced to be baristas with master's degrees. And we watch all of these people come in every weekend spending everything on money that they don't owe because everybody has credit. Everyone has credit card debt in this country. You are literally, legitimately, statistically richer than someone else if you don't have debt. You don't even have to have $100 in your bank account. You are statistically richer than most other Americans if you don't have credit card debt. So you just sit there on Sundays watching all of these, from my brown queer perspective, all of these very conservative people doing their little wealth rituals. And they come into your establishment on a Sunday and they just bully you and leave. And then they say, bless you, we all love God. Because that's what Sundays are for, right? Sundays are for worshiping God unless you're lower middle class. Okay, that's where I'm going to stop.
I'll catch up.
Let me get people in because I noticed not everybody got in. I don't touch credit cards because I can't trust myself to even spend debit. And then with no credit card debt and no credit card history, you can make... Right, Steph. Hi, Damsel. How are you, Damsel? Hi, Fig. Hi, Ireland. Okay, we're back together. The girls are back in town.
Yep. Hold that pose.
Per. I'm not gonna be buying a house anyway, so it's an apartment. Yeah, I mean, I'm just, yeah. I'm a hopeful person though. Like that, like what I said, there's realities of the world, but I'm gonna make the choice to be positive about it. The pendulum always swings. I mean, it sucks to say, but like we've been in economically, we've been in similar situations, and it's more about the game to play in America is like striking when the iron's hot. You know, it's exhausting to do. Girl, where is everybody? Okay. The thing, like, honestly, Pickled, you saying that, it's almost like comforting, you know, because sometimes I'm up in my head like, oh my goodness, am I doing the right thing? You know, I think it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. Everyone's always wondering, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing what the universe is calling me to do? And like, you know, money can be a stressful force that really makes you question a lot of your validity as a human being, right? And then I see people up on Instagram just maxing credit cards. And I'm like, okay. The thing with me is like, I'm just like not buying things conspicuously, which I'm not going to judge that. That makes you happy. I can't deal with that stress. So I'm just going to look like kind of broke and simple and stressed, and you're going to look very pretty and rich and stressed. And that's how we'll do it. So Fawn, we will continue the rest of the story next week. Josu, so this is what we're going to do. For the stream today, I know that we're going to roll up on a very large, like almost 4-hour section if we're going to consider how I play the game. So obviously I can't do that tonight. So we're going to finish up until we get to that point, and then we're going to do Cloud Retainer's at least Act 1 of her character hangout. And then I think on Monday, we're going to do a 4-hour stream for that part. Because obviously we want to get our Primo Gems and we want to participate in the event. So I'm going to ramp up the Genshin streaming as much as I can. I'm not going to eat into Girly Pop Lock or Variety Day because I do like those days and I want to make sure that like we keep that variety. But we can't do the rest of that story part tonight. I was that way too about credit cards. You don't actually need a credit card to build credit. There are many things you can do slowly to build it. Now though, I just use credit card on my daily purchases and bills to earn benefits. I immediately pay it off. Yeah, the thing with me that confuses me is like, I don't like that it feels like you have to like spend it a certain way. Like, in my head, I'm like, can I just use credit and then give you the money? Like, anyway, it's always very frustrating when the economy is going to the same place every crisis that hits, and we're just sitting here. I mean, it's a tale as old as time, really. I mean, there's always going to be the people who have a lot of resources who, I don't know, maybe the journey that they go through with their ego requires them to hoard, and then the people underneath get frustrated, and then we do a reset, we change the rules a little bit, and then people who just have greedy natures find a new way to game the system, rinse, repeat. That's what it is. But the thing is like, I often, not to get all like spiritual or whatever, but I really do think that humans, we have a collective unconscious, and part of our job as a species is to learn each other and get through it. Like, each of us have an individuality. Like, we can recognize our own consciousness and we have an individual experience. But isn't it interesting that it doesn't even matter if it was 300 years ago? There's still the same themes. There's the same themes. There's people who just like can't get rid of their incessant greed, and they just destroy everything around them because of it. There's people who are below them who are resentful and destroy everything around it because of that. It's like, I feel like eventually everyone in their 20s hits this point where they realize, like, I have to make the choice of whether or not I'm going to be a good person, regardless of how awful the world might feel sometimes. I was talking to my boyfriend about that while we were having our nice spring walk, and it felt really refreshing to think about it that way, because I think even if you feel like you're stressed, even if you feel maybe a little bit of envy or like bitterness, you can still make the choice to do something good or be something good, because that's what really matters. Question about Battle Day. Would girly pop icons need to be well-known ones, or characters that would be icons given the chance? I'm going to be honest, y'all. With the girly pop, the Battle Day thing, there's only so much I can do to make the teams, like, wow everybody. If you're going for something super niche, it's got to translate. It's got to give something. Sure, do that. Do that. But, like, with the past Battle Day, I mean, there's only so much I can do. If you've got a big idea that you want to express, feel free to do it. I'm gonna stick to, like, if like girly pop icons wins, I'm gonna stick to stuff that's recognizable. Does greed in America stem from how the system works, or just a human thing? I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, if you want to like take every other sort of part out of it, Americans did come to the country with the concept of escaping oppressive economies. Now, we know that that was not gone about the right way, and it sort of created a whole new thing. It's almost like America is like the rebellious teenager of feudalism, and we've created capitalism, and because of that, it's like now our Saturn as a young country is returning, and we have to face every single choice that we've made and ask ourselves if we really do still value that as a more sophisticated and mature adult. Is there anything else I can do today? Oh, let's do this over here. Where's it at? I never know where it's at.
Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
Yeah, I agree, Pickled. I mean, a lot of stuff is rigged. Like, only food and bills, no crazy purchases, and then I get... Oh, okay, I see. So you kind of like, you sort of funnel it into a, into stuff that's like a little bit more consistent and predictable, Gaby. See, I don't know. With me and money, I don't know.
Emerge. Right here.
I'm not bad with money. I just like, for some reason, I've never gotten a paycheck bigger than like, I think the biggest paycheck I've gotten was during my Rudolph era, and I got like seasonally maybe like 3K, but most of my paychecks, I haven't gotten anything close. The highest paycheck I think that I've gotten was from TikTok a couple years ago, and that was 1,700. I've been like broke my whole life. And I know like you're not supposed to say that. Ooh, it's so bad to like not have money. Girl, I don't have money. It's fine. I'm still cool. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can do. I don't think there is. I think with this statement, Greed in America, you're kind of ignoring the fact that every other Western power has the same exact systematic cultural issues, perhaps not on the same scale, given the fact that we literally don't have left wing in the United States, but like European capitalistic greed is what led to the horrific colonization of 2/3 of the world. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just talking as an American. Greed in America specifically for me is irritating, but like I'm not gonna go into the whole thing of like blaming. Like I said, I'm making the choice to just like that's like thousands of years of cultural like psychology of the entire like not the entirety but a lot of Europe literally psychology for thousands of years. What's the term when it's like when you have a biological almost like thing that's put into you for a lot, and it happened in America too with what was it? We had that whole phrase when we were moving out to the West. People literally felt entitled to colonization. And the thing is like, I look at it the glass half full. I don't think they knew that it was just going to end up in global warming and a new sort of class warfare. But I really don't want to talk about that anymore. because it's starting to like disorient me being in Genshin Impact doing dailies and talking about Manifest Destiny. And we got to get to the story.
Someone needs assistance.
But I want to see if... No. Okay. Cool. Let's take a pick. Let's take a pick in the fountain. We haven't been in the fountain. I want water girlies in the fountain, please.
The show begins.
I did not get a chance to play Drago, no, but I do wish I could. It's a really cool game. Okay, on the count of 3, I'm gonna swing my sword, and I need you guys to do a pose. 1, 2, 3.
How brilliant! Hold that pose.
Boom, slay. Thank you guys. Let's get started on the story because I'm already going over a little bit. I do want to get to Cloud Retainer's story. Thank you guys for helping me. Goro is probably 1 talent stronger. Strike a pose. Vaughn, did you see the trailer for Sonic X Shadow game? No, I saw the cover art for it though, and I saw Chow's on it. They were saying like, get ready for Chow Garden. I've been ready, baby. The question is, Sonic Team, can you make a good game? Oh, okay. That's what I'm waiting to see. Skip. It's got to be good. You think so, Tropic Soul? I think there's a chance. I do think that the recent Sonic game, I watched my boyfriend play it. It was pretty good. It was pretty good, but I'm like, there were still some parts. You know what was good about that game? It was the levels where you were actually doing like classic 3D Sonic, not the whole open world thing. We really need to address the fact that we have people who are at these executive levels who are running media, who are out of touch with media. Just because Breath of the Wild was popular doesn't mean Sonic needs to be open world. Oh my goodness, that's gonna drive me crazy. Frontiers was good. The levels were awesome. The time attack challenges, the music, all that stuff was really, really good to me. I think open world is good for games that do open world well. But like, don't just make it open world and then think that it's good because the map is larger.
You're here! Finally!
Because it can go the opposite way. Okay, we're in the story. Hi, Sedan.
Is something wrong? Monsieur Neurvalette and Lady Farina, they seem to have gotten into a dispute. Please go see for yourself.
Uh-oh, the girls are fighting. Paper Sonic RPG. Oh, girl.
Like I said, I've already explained everything.
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is little space for excuses between us.
Girls, Mio girls, this is not what we do. Stop it.
It is not my intention to offend you, but please, tell me where you stand. You are the Hydro Archon Focalor, are you not? Look at this. This is a list of the victims from the recent Poisson incident.
Ooh. Oh, wait, Neurvalette is actually scolding her. Okay.
You mean they're all...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster, and I will not have it happen again.
Ooh. Y'all, imagine how scary it feels to get scolded by Neurvalette. Oh my goodness. See, no. I would literally like be so humiliated. Hi, over 100 people. Oh my goodness, y'all. Oh my gosh, am I a Genshin content creator? Hi, everyone.
I will say this once
Hi,
more.
Absolutely Unaware.
You must tell me everything you know.
They're a dad-daughter dynamic. See, that's why it kind of freaks me out, because I've never dealt with the dynamic of being scolded by a father figure. Can you tell? I don't know if you guys could tell.
Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson. Do you know anything about those?
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't know anything about that. But you found them in some ancient ruins, you say?
That's correct, which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was missing. The other 3 featured different images that seemed to correlate to the prophecy.
Congratulations, Absolutely Unaware. Graduating in 10 days. Hey! Are you going to have a graduation party? You should have a cake. I'm going to tell you to get a red velvet cake because I've been wanting red velvet cake lately.
The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating island in the sky, as if confessing something. Do you know nothing of this either?
I don't. I've never seen such slates.
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon?
Pickled, you know, we all have a busted MLO Bob somewhere. For me, it's I don't even think my dad's really that relevant. I think let's just say that I'm cute enough to I've gotten my father figures in my life. My dad's so irrelevant. I don't really care about him. My busted Bob comes from other things.
My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or apologize for, a certain sin. If anyone would know about it, it should be you.
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me. Is it really so strange that
Does
I know
Fiorina
nothing?
really not know anything? Because that's actually kind of frightening.
I understand your concerns, but I'm sorry. I just don't have anything to tell you.
Water!
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Farina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations into certain matters.
Yeah, but your analysis was literally so wrong, Neurvalette, last night.
There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly.
Okay. Every act, I think that I'm on to what is going on with Fiorina, and then it reveals that she is still hiding even more.
This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange that you should also claim to not know any of Egeria's secrets, as well as do nothing following your inquiries. You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor are you a fool. And yet, your behavior is very inconsistent.
watching me all this time, have you? I didn't think you were that type.
Okay, Fiorina. That's the first time Fiorina's clapped back. Okay, what's going on?
Well, since you know about my secret investigations, then you should know I'm actually working to take care of it.
Ooh. Is she about to gag him?
There's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but you're still my subordinate. You should be following my lead.
Ooh, Fiorina, don't pull that card now, because you know that's not right. You know that's not right. You know that's not right to pull out the technicalities card, because how much has Neuvillette done for you? He's your subordinate, but how much has he done for you, though, girl? Let's be real. That's kind of ugly right there, what she just did. I don't like that.
Just trust in me, your Archon, and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly convince yourself to or not. It'll all turn out fine.
Okay. That felt a little bit ugly, but I haven't hit the end of the story, so maybe there's something I don't know because Miss Fiorina doesn't like to communicate. I'm just going to say it. Me too. I don't really communicate a lot either. So sometimes I come off wrong. But you're coming off a certain way right now, Fiorina.
That's all I have to say. We do not discuss this matter again.
The most cutest girly fan art? Sorry, somebody found some fan art of Noelle, so we have to stop what we're doing. I have to look at this right now. It's in the Genshin chat on our Discord. fawn.card.co to figure out what I'm talking about. Oh, that is cute. Why she look like she gotta pee? Anyway.
Oh, the opera's about to start. Toodles!
Navi is your favorite child. Zhongli 1 and 2, Wanderer, and Yaimiko. Zhongli's got a really high ranking with the We really gotta work on that extension. It's looking really bad.
Did Farina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her. She was smiling. Huh. She didn't seem in the mood to care if we were listening in or not.
She seems to be hiding something again. She always likes to say a little thing that, she likes to do a little read and then she runs away before anybody can reply. I just heard her talk down to Neuvillette, who has literally been carrying her for, 3-4 acts? I've been doing this quest for about almost a month now, and she's been carried by Neuvillette, and then she went and gagged him and ran away. Don't like that. Don't like that.
I assume you've been outside for a while now?
Oh, you noticed. Seems Farina didn't even realize we were here.
Yeah, so, Neuvillette, why do you let her read you like that? Because I know you could have got her back.
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses time and again, a state of affairs that we cannot
Abyss
allow to
usage.
continue.
Okay, I got you.
Still, I do not understand. Dialogue is the basis for understanding, so why did she keep refusing to engage?
Okay, y'all. I know it takes me forever to get through these stories, but that felt so profound. As somebody who is working through their avoidant attachment style just in life, to just improve myself as a person and just challenge myself to see new horizons, that spelled it out in a way that my brain never really understood. Dialogue is the basis of understanding. How else are you going to understand people unless you have dialogue? You can't just wow. We love behavioral therapy in video games.
Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that she is hiding some secret.
I
The
haven't,
issue
no,
is her
Brian.
attitude. I fear that she will not reveal anything unless absolutely forced to. We may have to create a situation in which she will have no choice but to speak.
That was your last job, IRL?
Oh? Like what?
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial. Perhaps we must have the Hydro Archon experience just such a scenario.
Ooh.
But Farina's seen so many trials, and she's really good at dodging questions. How do we make sure that she won't just slip away at the first chance she gets?
We will need to consider this thoroughly, join forces with various parties, and then do what we can.
He's gonna. So Nervalet said, I know that she did a low blow because she was feeling defensive. See, that's what happens. When people get defensive, they start going for the low blows because they're in that fight or flight moment. But Nervalet is composed and mature enough because this dynamic between the two is like, obviously, he's almost like a father figure to her. At first, it felt like an older brother, but now it's starting to feel like a father figure. He's going to gag her back, but he's going to do it compassionately. He said, I'm not going to gag her back because I want her to feel bad. I'm going to gag her back to force her to push the envelope. I'm going to gag her back to hopefully give her an epiphany. I'm going to gag her back to hopefully open her eyes to wake her up. Gag with compassion.
If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but we must prevent the prophecy from coming to pass. This may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis. The information a god possesses is too precious, and so we must take a chance on this.
In that case, we're going to do what we need to do to gag.
But who will lend us their aid to do such a thing?
Oh, I think I know who to call. Thank you, Absolutely Unaware. Baby, you're graduating. Save your money.
That's everyone, huh?
Thank you, though. Thank you so much.
Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of people. That naturally makes it the best choice.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most natural thing in the world, huh?
That's what family should
I'm
do.
getting to a point where I don't
Sit
even hear
and enjoy
Paimon
a
anymore.
leisurely time together.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Okay, so after this, when you go back to Poisson, that's... Okay, I got you.
Me? No, I don't think I can.
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Girl, Nuvalet, you already did it. You just did it.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful, the spotlight at last. I guess I'll be facilitating things from here.
That was a little long-winded, don't you think?
They said, so, Nuvalet, how's your day? And he said, not good. Like that. Y'all know, like, when you, like, go, like, you try to go talk to your friend, like, you haven't seen them in a couple days, and you're like, hey, girl, how are you? Not good.
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, our friend here, the Traveler, has brought us together to discuss something.
Yes, exactly. I've brought everyone here for the Mio Summit. It's gotten so dire that I've even asked this secret mellow boutique, the House of the Hearth, to also collaborate in an upcoming gag order. As we all know, gag orders are an effective way for Mio Productions and Mio Brands and Mio Enterprises, the umbrella company of Mio, to initiate and facilitate and perpetuate change. Unfortunately, Fiorina's actions as of late in this recent mission for me to open up Funtime Complex has forced my hand. Normally, I would never gag a fellow Mio girl, but sometimes you must gag with compassion. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. I hope that she understands. I hope she understands after all this is said and done.
As for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to create a series of traps.
Oh, we're going to be doing this the dirty way, aren't we?
Oh, how intriguing.
That's why we brought the Mellow Girls. Yes, Linny, that's why we brought the Mellow Girls, because normally Mio is all about being, like, face forward. You know, dialogue really is the way to understanding, right? But sometimes you do need a little bit of tricks up your sleeve, so that's why we brought you on, because we know that you are a tricky, tricky, tricky little guy.
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Chlorand, and used on the spot. So, let's invite her to explain in detail. A round of applause, please.
Who's Axel? Axel, yay!
Huh? Didn't you say that you would be facilitating this?
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice. You might even pick up some fancy oratory tricks to impress your boss with in the future.
I see. And what does my boss say?
He is glad that you consider him your boss. Do go on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Axel. Axel the Venti main.
In that case, do any of you have experience hunting?
Oh, Cloran, girl. Cloran's gonna talk about hunting all... Okay. Go ahead, let's see where she takes this.
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger. As for Lynette, oh, right. You were sick that day, weren't you?
I've also gone diving to catch some fish before. Does that count?
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, but Fontaine once played host to
Hunting is her
known as the
hyperfixation. It
Master
is, isn't it?
Hunters.
But Fontaine was once played host to a group of hunters known as the Okay.
Though that was their name, they did not hunt animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the ancient dynasty of King Remus. Today, Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society, taking up arms in other lines of work. They even left a unique methodology of hunting in their wake. A trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger, and a containment device.
Right.
Sometimes a lethal implement will also be necessary to deal with the prey.
My gay self, my little femme, like indoors, very much like little PC gamer princess self is like, right, hunting, right. Hunting, prey, right.
So, if we were to build a trap together, right now, what would you choose to build it with?
So if we need to build a trap, we need like wood, right? Like a 2x4?
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Pigeons and rabbits will see
Legos?
it and naturally enter the snare. Our line of work requires a deft hand, and we're some of the best in the industry, so you can count on our techniques.
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you? My subordinates mentioned that you even performed some magic for the bawling children.
Wait, are we going to catch Farina in a basket?
Yes, and I even managed to gather some intelligence in the meantime. I'm quite the multitasker if I do say so myself.
You know what we can do? We can just ask Farina to tell us something truthful about herself, and then when she runs away, throw Legos on the floor before she gets to that point, and then she'll step on them and stop because those hurt. And then we can stop her and be like, girl, stop, just tell us. Like, you can just be open with us. We're not going to judge you.
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit.
That's the trap that I would do.
I prefer more stable methods, like placing bait in the water and waiting for the fish to come within reach.
Pearls?
That's
oh, that would be
the
more
kind of
gaggy.
method
Hi,
I
fun
would
fact.
count on.
Hi, FBI agent.
Calm and steady. Exactly the kind of person who would catch loads of fish.
And I can be their assistant.
But wouldn't her 20-inch heels keep her from getting hurt? No, not a Lego, baby. Baby, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. A Lego's gonna mess that shoe up.
With discretion,
Especially for
I'm
running. Lego by Mio? Girl, don't get it twisted.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought me some small clockwork squirrels, mice, and such. When placed in the forest, they can attract others of their kind. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
Or we turn Farina into a cat and let Fawn do the rest.
I did. And that would be a good way to go about it. If they're realistic enough, animals of the same kind will follow them all the way to the trap.
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear I do not have any related experience.
See, me and Nouvelette are like, girl, we don't hunt. Nouvelette's like, I spent literally 30 minutes erasing my nose with Mio concealer today. I'm not hunting anything.
That makes sense. You usually solve problems directly, without the use of any such tricks. But I do have one more question for you, monsieur.
When it's day outside, look at the southeast sky. See if anyone has been watching your... No, that scared me. Stop. Teb, that like really actually scared me a little bit thinking about that. Being watched? Have I been watched this whole time?
If we were to create a trap now, how would you design it?
Hi, Hunty. I hope your nap was good.
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey. A more gentle trap would be ideal.
Kind, as always. However, our intention doesn't necessarily change the containment device and the type of implement we need. If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement.
I'm streaming to 100 people?
However, that also goes for prey that
Wait.
must be captured and safely contained.
Oh, wait. I was going to start singing, but then I realized that I was just being a theater gay again. Sorry, let's continue the story.
Why is that?
100 people were in front of me, and suddenly I was like, let me sing a song.
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and death is often exceedingly thin.
So boom.
So, are we going hunting together?
Linguini for...
Okay.
Huh. We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters. It kinda works, but maybe it's still not the best metaphor.
I think that if we're going to hunt, we could use Legos, right, Paimon?
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually quite accurate.
I'm actually wondering that too, Ginger. Like, why are we hunting Fiorina? I thought we were... I guess... I don't know.
But we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge a god. A being whose seat is an exalted throne.
I mean, guys, I'm going to trust you guys. I brought this meeting together, but we started talking about hunting, and I guess... Okay.
Oh, so that's what's going on. Sounds very interesting.
Cloran's hunting metaphor was just that, a metaphor. You will not call this a hunt because that is not what you should do at present, nor has the relationship between you and Fiorina reached such a dire stage. What you need is simply the secrets she's keeping. Attempting to take her secrets is an act of sacrilegious disrespect, but to be done to prevent Fontaine from sinking into the waters is foretold in the prophecy. There is neither hunter nor prey, but there must be a trap. That is what you'll need. Ooh. See, it's Shakespearean. Like, that's the thing, is like, this is why I like being in Fontaine. Like, I thought that the Inazumans were my girls. I thought that the Liyue girls were no, the Liyue girls are all so rude. Going to Liyue was like going to New York City. I was like, I don't like any of y'all. The Mondstadians are kind of like, they're all like drunk. I like it here in Fontaine. I feel like I found my people in Fontaine. Like, they're about their business. They're about like sort of expanding their consciousness, but it's all drag too at the same time. Put Paimon, Cake, and Fiorina in the same room. I bet Fiorina will start confessing. Welcome back, Moth. I'm trying to see if I can get a little without falling into this primordial water, girl. I'm not saying that like I'm Fontainian or anything, but I do think that like maybe I'm like mixed with them a little bit because I love being here. I feel like I've really found my people, so I might be mixed a little bit with Fontainian, so I shouldn't probably go into that water, right? Girl, I don't know where this thing is. I'm gonna continue the quest. Speaking of Yinger, have we been able to send her our business proposal since we've released her from jail? We did, but she just sent it back, and all she said was XOXOXOXOXOXOXOXO, the hottest girl Yinger, and then she left like a note of her favorite perfume. So I don't know what we're gonna do with that. Cause we asked her if she was interested in doing a perfume line with her, and that's all she sent back. If you dissolve in water, it's probably gonna be colored pink or something. What if we just threw her into the water? That would be definitely a trap for Fiorina.
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it?
How do you interpret that response? That's way outside of my pay grade. I do modeling, and I do sales. I don't do interpretations. So we are unionized, so we do have separation of responsibilities in the workplace. I do the modeling and I do the sales. No interpretations of Yinger emails.
Paimon didn't think the meetings would go on for so long, but everyone seemed pretty fired up, huh?
Oh, maybe that's the name of the perfume she wants to propose? Like I said, unionized. Outside of my pay grade.
Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon thinks about it, but everyone else just looked a little surprised.
Do you feel confident after the meeting, Paimon?
Well, it's hard to say. Paimon doesn't have any experience with this sort of thing. But with you around, Paimon sure will do great. After all, you're the most reliable person in the world, aren't you? Huh?
What's wrong, Paimon? Oh no, is it recalcifying?
Did you just pour some tea? Paimon didn't notice you doing that at all.
Nori?
Then what's that? Paimon's never seen that cup before.
It has an ornate decoration. That's something that is not very reminiscent of Fontaine. They must be from somewhere else.
Don't be frightened. I'm just joining you two for tea. I merely refrained from saying anything till now.
Paimon, have you been drinking that synth again? Did you put synth in my tumbler?
Who's that voice? But there's no one here.
What a strange conclusion, but also such an interesting one. You two make such a fascinating combo.
Wait a minute, I think I know who this is.
And yet even you feel confused. As such, I couldn't resist but come by for some tea and a chat.
Are you the girl that she emailed me about, that Mio emailed me about? Because I know that Mio was trying to wedge herself into the voice acting market. Voice acting agency by Mio. You're her first client. The first voice, the first Mio voice.
Consider me a passerby. Just accepting a commission from my friend's disciple on a whim.
Friend's disciple. Oh, so this is the first Mio voice.
Precisely. Call me N.
A voice by
A
Mio.
mage who wanders the world. At least, that's how my friends have suggested that I introduce myself.
So you're a wandering artist. See, I really appreciate that. So allow me to ask you this. Is it true that Mio's trying to collect the best voices in the world to wedge herself into the voice acting market in order to improve all media across Teyvat? Because I heard that Mio was getting very, very frustrated with the recent releases of animated films in Teyvat because the voice acting was just so subpar. She was like, I know that there's voices out there, I just have to highlight them.
The prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesized will be fulfilled. You may
Mage
use
is by
such
Mio.
things as the history of the future.
What? Then is there any way we can stop it?
People call such things fate, and it is written in the stars. It cannot so easily be altered.
What is her accent? Also, this is so camp because this is so camp. Imagine having the power to just like eavesdrop and like, why does she put that cup of tea there? Why did she put that cup of tea there?
Ah, so you've caught on. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening in hidden corners where the god's gaze does not fall?
Just as prophecies. Okay, this is something. This is eighth grade literature class. You have to say it out loud and sort of like get the little parts of the sentences. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspective of the gods. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen as... Okay. Could things be happening in hidden corners where the gods' gaze do not fall? Ooh, tea by Mio. Oh, wait a minute. This is tea by Mio. I'm sorry. I thought that you were one of the Mio voice girlies. This is tea by Mio.
Are the things that you shall see different from the fate that the gods perceive?
What is she talking about? It all sounds really impressive and important and stuff, but
Paimon, Paimon.
kind of scary.
It's okay. I paid attention in my 8th grade literature class, so I was able to sound out the sentences and sort of compartmentalize each of the big words. So what she's saying is, Furina's over here talking like this, right? She's talking like this. But what if she doesn't have all the receipts? Right? The tea in the teacup is just about gone as well, right? Because it's the tea, right? Because what if the talk is cheap? Because what if the talk is cheap?
I believe that you understand, right? Some things are insignificant, but others you must reach out to change.
They should have had Tokyo Toni do her voice. Could you imagine how iconic that would be? Somebody... I can't say that.
Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat's future. All you need to do is to play your part.
The theater, baby. It's the theater. But Mage, am I like a leading role? Am I an ensemble member? Just want to know.
This was good tea, by the way. Thank you for your hospitality. Well, that'll be all for today.
That's tea by Mio. That's the Mio tea that we were talking about like a couple weeks ago. Yeah. That tea was good. Bye. Bye, tea by Mio. I hope we get to see more tea by Mio.
It's gone.
Can we, I hope in Natland we get more like situations where Mage N just shows up, because I actually kind of like that. Tea by Mio. Is this the clue you're leaving for us, Mio? When you wake up, you're going to be in a flower carriage.
What? I want to hear someone talking. All right, coming. Hey, it's you who's getting lazy, okay?
I want Mage M Mio.
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively banter.
Hi, Mona. You wouldn't believe who I just met.
Mona!
Have you been these past few days, girl?
Fine, just fine. I went to take part in that Steambird panel. It turned out to be more interesting than I expected. Not all Fontainians are pessimistic about this. One journalist mentioned that sitting around and waiting for the end to come would be wrong, and that they should make their own rescue preparations. I agreed, so we had a brief chat with her.
Did she have pink hair by any chance?
Why, yes, it was Charlotte.
Yeah.
I assume you've heard of her, no? That daredevil journalist? I'm in full support of her view. Prophecies are very important, but how can people allow their lives to be commandeered by just a few words?
How can people allow their lives to be commandeered by just a few words? So boom. Ooh, that's a heavy statement, because it makes me think about the whole world right now. Woo, Mona, you right about that one.
Paimon's glad to hear something sensible for once.
Ah, yes. About what we had discussed before. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't reach the old hag. I'll try again tonight, but I wouldn't get your hopes up.
Normalize having a mother figure in your life that you can just like openly call an old hag and she lets you, because she'll gag you right back. Like, I love that. I love that Mage N just like doesn't care that she's being called a hag, because she knows like, girl, you are so like little magic to me. Like, I don't care. I literally don't even exist in this dimension, so. So I met your mom and she said,
Goodness gracious. Are you serious?
right, she said like, a lot of people are doing a lot of talking lately, Mona. Like you walking up into this little sewer for some reason. I don't even know where you came from, because the last time I saw you was 3 years ago, but hey. But she was like, what if talk isn't cheap?
She said that even the god's gaze has blind spots. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon.
The Hexen Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary. As for the mage named N, the old hag has mentioned her a few times.
Oh, I
She
thought
said
that N was
N's sense of
okay.
direction is incredible, and that she loves guiding those who are lost.
Okay, so I thought that N was like Mona's, like, because I know that the Hexen Circle kind of has like not necessarily subordinates, but they have like not disciples either. Maybe students, maybe mentees. I don't know.
But I've never met her, and if she were still alive, she'd be... well, suffice it to say that the hag's at least a few hundred now, and N's been around for longer
Apprentices, there we go.
Whoa, the Hexen Circle sounds like a scary group. But they must
I
really
love
stay
the
in
world of
shape to
Tabat.
live so
It's really
long.
just so magical and fantastical, but it's also so pretty and cute at the same time. Like, we have an entire secret coven called the Hexen Circle that has apprentices, but we also have like 50 other characters that are doing their own thing with a full-on like story too. Like, girl, they could honestly release like a really like epic series of books that just goes over the entirety of the lore of Tabat.
Their abilities alone are pretty terrifying. If she came to see you personally, then the problem you're facing must truly be of great importance.
Well, it's not like Paimon could understand anything she said.
Paimon, girl, I told you I got it.
Yes, she was quite cryptic, but I suspect she means that there is still a way
And
to
then
turn
there's
things
Ito.
around. She didn't say when or what that would be, though, so... perhaps it is something that you cannot know right now.
Well, I'm supposed to play my part, Mona, and I'm an actress. True. Her words were meant to be a helpful hint, but will we realize their value and meaning? Was that the best answer that my question could have gotten?
Traveler, Paimon, are you two all right?
I'm thinking. I don't know what Paimon's doing, though.
Oh, we're fine. We're just a little down right now. It kind of
They can do
feels
what they
like
did with the
the end
FNAF
is
books, but
coming,
Genshin.
you
That's
know?
true. Except don't keep changing the lore with the books. Just use the books as a way to create text for the lore. Like, don't start retroactively changing
I
stuff.
see. I feel that same sense of desperation, too. I guess you could consider me someone who has often witnessed fate. So far as I have seen, it cannot be swayed. But even so, I still hope for and believe in miracles. Astrology is eternal and rational, but fate may not be. It is cruel, but it can also be beautiful.
I haven't touched Abyss since before we started Sumeru, because I got really inspired. I was like, oh, I'm so strong now, everybody, and I tried it, and I think I got to like level 9, and that's when I had to stop, because now I have to start building a second team, but my first team is just still not strong enough yet.
Perhaps that's what En was trying to tell you. Not to lose heart, and to believe that what you are seeing playing out before you is not yet set in stone.
Damsel, you have a very nice speaking voice. Like, you have, I don't know, your voice sounds very, like, warm and friendly. I don't know.
I did originally think of steering clear of all this, but I couldn't. Even if this is all futile, I still wish to help everyone. If we don't struggle to the last, then how can we face the end when it comes?
Huh. You do have a point.
Streamers do whole reading sessions. Girls, I will not be doing no reading sessions. This is the most reading that I do in my life is little cutscenes in video games. And audiobooks. Thank you, Wolf, for the heads up on audiobooks.
Principles again. Sorry about that. The moment I start talking about work-related stuff. I need to get going.
I relate to Mona starting to yap about like esoteric like concepts about the cosmos because same.
It was worth trying to comfort you, even if only a little. I believe that you'll help those who are struggling in the same way I did.
Fawn, I'm confused about the Twitch partner thing. There is another iconic Pokemon streamer that is a Twitch partner, more followers here on Twitch, but same following with you on TikTok. But you have more views than them on Twitch. Maybe Twitch is a little silly, or they want to up the stakes. They do change it often, so they might have been grandfathered in. I also personally haven't applied yet because I just assumed that I don't have an average of 75 viewers yet, but I haven't looked. I should look at that after the stream today.
I suppose that might be why we always seem to meet by coincidence.
Hi, Roscoe.
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said, but also kind of sad too. Hey, Traveler, Paimon suddenly feels like going outside for a walk. Let's go. Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few
That's
spots
true,
here
Tab.
I'd like to walk by.
That's true, Teb. I honestly like don't even like notice it because the vibe still feels the same, and I'm honestly just so happy. Being a Twitch partner doesn't necessarily do anything, but I guess give me a little bit of boost. I don't know. That's from what I've read. It gives me a little boost and it lets me stream at a higher quality, but because my PC can't really, I'm kind of like at the limit of my PC when I'm streaming. I haven't really thought about that. Girl, I want to get outside. But I need to check that because that is a goal of mine, is to get it done. Y'all, I'm just like sorry. I'm just that's part of my nature, is like I tend to like be forgetful. So I'll check that after the stream. Like, the waypoints with the little icon with the square layers. Oh. Well, I made it.
Our names are written in this newspaper. What's going on?
Do you think we're famous now?
Let Paimon see.
Wait, I want that little donut over there.
The underwater stronghold, the Fortress of Meripede, has continued in its noble autonomy. But that does not mean that others cannot interact with it.
Hi, the Dumpster Bunny. Welcome. So glad that you could catch the stream, too. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
My recent attempts to enter the fortress bore little fruit. Huh. Guess Charlotte still hasn't given up on that.
Charlotte is still trying to expose that relationship, girl.
Thus,
petty
did
gossip.
Outlander friend become the focus of this report. A blind adventurer with their white fairy, legends trailing in their wake. It is said that this mysterious traveler once visited the underwater fortress.
Paimon, she gagged you. You need to go get a tan. It's summertime, girl. This is embarrassing at this point.
The fortress's interior remains a mystery behind closed doors. Do not fear, for the tales of the traveler contain surprises in spades. Journalist Charlotte's biggest scoop yet, the Traveler's Trail, World Walker. Huh. Charlotte took so many awesome photos of us and we never even noticed her. She hasn't been able to get a hold of anything at the fortress, so since we're easier to find, she's using us as the subject matter instead?
Free publicity is good publicity, Paimon. I don't really care what she says. I got legendary blonde dyes to sell.
Ugh, seriously? Well, fine. Those headlines and photos do look cool, so Paimon will forgive her this time.
We do look really cute. No, Paimon, you look... No. On the second page. The second page. Oh my goodness, look. She caught you at that angle. That is so cute. You look good there, sis. Hi, everyone. Oh, wait. Yes. I am the person that they wrote about on that paper right behind me. Go ahead and get some new stories by Charlotte. Stories by Charlotte featuring me.
So these are the kind of headlines that go for these days.
Teb, please. Green rectangles? Natlin is closed off. Not the NPC responding to you. He called my story garbage, but it's fine.
We're here! Paimon's hungry. Should we go in and get something to eat?
Paimon, you are eating every 10 minutes. Same. Yes, let's go get some fries. Oh, goodness. Y'all, I want some fries. Ooh. Why don't I have fries in my fridge? Ugh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Azaria.
Hey, quick! Look! That's the limited
Azaria! It's Azaria.
slices a day cake!
Hi, Gooey.
It was so delicious the last time we tried it. Despite the tense situation we were in, let's give it another go. I'm sure it'll be great.
Queen Dion, I had a blast testing out Claran in the test run. She's really cool.
One slice of cake, please. Someone showed up after all. Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, are you here to buy cake too? It seems Monsieur Neuvillette was right. You really can eat.
He said that about me?
Wait, did he really say something like that.
He said that about me?
That's right. Even he has his own preferences when it comes to food. As for me, I love the cake and coffee here.
Do you come here often?
Usually every day.
Sadine, okay. No. I think, no. Sadine, I know that you're Melusine, so like sometimes things get lost in translation. When he said, I eat, it's not that I'm like constantly scarfing down cakes. What a human say eat. Okay, so there's this thing called girly pop, okay? You're actually girly pop too, Sadine, but you don't know it yet. When you're girly pop, it's like you're kind of like you. But we say as a compliment. A compliment is something when you're trying to tell someone something nice to make them feel good and like help them feel confident about things that they're good at. He was saying a compliment as I eat. It's slang. So like slang is like it's like words that normally mean something else, but cool people change it for fun. So the slang for eat means that I'm doing a good job, like I'm always doing a good job.
Every day?
Fun fact, ever impartial judge.
It's part of my daily schedule, apart from work. I shall have my cake and coffee.
As you should. That's your enrichment.
Then what if someone told you one day that this place would be closing soon, and you wouldn't get to eat cake here anymore? What would you think?
But why would it close?
Well, Paimon doesn't know either, but maybe the waters will rise tomorrow. You know, like in the prophecy.
Sadine is literally on her lunch break and Paimon's like, what if you died? What if everyone died and you couldn't get cake anymore? Like, wait, you're right. Paimon is getting a little bit existential. I think she's getting stressed.
Oh, the prophecy. To be honest, I haven't paid much attention to that. No, still, even if there'd be no more cake tomorrow, that wouldn't keep me from having some today.
Live in the moment. Period. Yes. Get that cake.
No. It's the same for eating in general. You might not be able to eat tomorrow, but if you can do so today, then you should carry on. That's what people call living, you know.
Yes. Linguini purr. Okay. You may not be able to eat tomorrow, but you can still eat today. Sliving.
Huh.
Don't be sad. Excuse me, could I have 2 more slices of cake to go? These 2 slices are for you. Sijuin said that this kind of expression you're making is what humans call being sad.
No, because what if Melusines existed in real life, you know? That would be so sweet. Okay, they would help us so much. Okay. We need Melusines in real life.
Oh, you know Sijuin?
She could be petite and skinny. Well, Josu, I wonder if her body even processes it. I feel like she just like eats it and like spits it out. Because do Melusines even eat? Do they need to eat?
I sure do. She was born before me, and she sometimes comes to the surface to teach us things about humans. She said that humans are creatures that are saddened easily. Yes, and you can only lift their spirits by feeding them delicious food. So please try the cakes here.
I love Sadine. Sadine is really like... No, Sadine is very much that... Look at that dog in the background. Hold up, we gotta take a picture with her after this.
I've got something else to do, so I'll be going now. You two try to stay in a good mood after eating, all right? Bye.
Sadine's like, oh, you sad? Here's some cake, stupid little human. Bye.
And there she goes.
We're going to Paimon. I think we're gonna have to recruit Sadine for therapy by Mio.
All right, let's dig in. Paimon's sure this cake will be delicious.
Her voice acting is really cute because it's very like I don't know, it's just cute. The choices that the actor makes really make sense for because like Sadine is like the Melusines are kind of like detached in a way, so she's very matter of fact, but she's also very cute.
Sure would be nice if we could always eat delicious food here.
Paimon, you have to stop with that. Okay, now there was a miss. There was. Look, I don't know if we're getting a cloud retainer today because I'm having too much fun. This just in. I have found a new meal mascot. That's right. Follow me. Everyone say hi to Eloise. Everyone say hi to Eloise. Hi, Eloise. Yes. My repose is nasty. Yes.
So annoying.
Oh, wait. Oh, Eloise is over there. Forget about her. Your name is Eloise now.
You seem tired.
Oh.
Would you like some tea? I'll brew you some. Do you take sugar? 1 cube or 2?
Eloise is going to be the mascot of Fontaine Complex.
Hey, girlie, hold still.
Yes. I love Eloise. Make Eloise a 5-star, please. Hoyo, if y'all are watching, I want Eloise, the dog, to be a 5-star. Thank you. Y'all did it with Goro. You can do it with Eloise.
Oh, we're near the Steambird office. Let's go look for Charlotte and have a chat.
The hair is so funny and unnecessary. I know. Eloise is literally wearing a 10-pound wig. Like, that is camp. If we could do... Actually, we can't do that in real life because that would make dogs very uncomfortable. Because humans wearing wigs is already, like, questionable for their health. Complete other quests to continue. What do I have to complete? Wait a minute. Perilous trial. Look at the sky. You said the southeast? That's scary. Who is up there?
Leave it to me. All of it. Whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request.
Sadine is MLO. I don't believe it. I don't believe you. That's propaganda. I have to do the chasm? I think it's that Charlotte side quest with the... Oh, okay. I don't think I have to do the chasm. I thought we already established that it's skippable. Let's see. View details. You need... It says I have to do the chasm. This is another story quest I have to do. So maybe we should start Cloud Retainer then. Perilous Trials, an interlude quest. Oh, wait. I'm looking at the... Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay. They copied me. With Ningguang? Okay. Sorry, guys. Y'all know I'm silly.
You need me. I'll be there.
I'll be there. Would you like 1 wing or 2? I was like, guys, I have to do 2 story quests to continue. I don't know what to tell y'all. Putting that aside for the moment. Observation. Every citizen comes to the Steambird as seeking agents. Okay. Those who are fortunate. Okay. 2 cubes, please. Okay. But you don't worry. Those who seek assistance from the... Okay. Have looked... Okay. Is this the quest? I don't think I'm here. This is the reputation quest. You just have to unlock reputation. Oh, okay. Start the chasm. I'm not starting the chasm. Girl, we will start the chasm in 2025 after I...
Wow! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon! Oh, have you seen the article I wrote about you?
Yes, you caught the good angle, but Charlotte, next time I need you to plug my Twitch, twitch.tv/Fawn. Thank you.
You've got some nerve. You just used us to make some quick mora.
Can we negotiate a profit split? I mean...
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I heard that you were in Poisson some time back, so I sent you a letter to discuss just that. It appears you didn't receive it, though.
Charlotte, if you don't run me my check, I need you to know that I just finished my schooling for Law by Mio, so I will be seeing you in front of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. If you don't run me my check, you're going to be running in the flow of water with the rest of the Oceanids.
It's all right, though. I've set aside the amount intended for you. I've even set the table with some food.
Boom. Thank you. Gratuity as well, and that's why I like you, Charlotte.
Really? Oh, you're the best!
You're almost a little too easy to win over, Paimon. If I were a journalist with ulterior motives, you'd be in trouble now, you know.
That's a weird thing to say, Charlotte. But I like you.
Oh, Paimon knows you're...
Still, what brings you here all of a sudden? Were you
Hi,
looking for
Pidgey.
me?
A friend of ours met you a while back, and when she mentioned it, we thought of coming to see you. Her name's Mona.
Is that a threat?
So you know Miss Mona as well. She's a guest columnist for our paper. Really good one, too. She's so young and already such a brilliant astrologist.
Charlotte, you both are both like 18. Oh my, it's so wild anime characters being like, oh, so-and-so is so young. Charlotte, literally everybody in the main cast is from the ages of 18 to like 20 years old. And then Nourvalette is like what? Noelle is Mage N? Yes.
What did she say?
She said that you're a real daredevil of a journalist.
Nice. In which case, can this daredevil journalist dare to request an exclusive interview with the legendary traveler and Paimon?
Absolutely. Your name is fine. Do whatever you want.
Huh? So your article in the paper today doesn't count?
Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more like live photography. What I'd like to do is dive deeper and ask you to talk about the things
Everyone who
you've
gets you
seen
is either
and
5, 10,
experienced.
20, or 500.
Yeah, are we even qualified enough?
Why not? If I say you're worth an interview, then you're worth it. But not right now, of course. I'll need a few days to prepare.
Oh, in that case, we'll just chat when you have the time then?
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! I'll tell the editor-in-chief immediately. I'll have to apply for lighting, a venue, some props, and... Whew, so much to get done now. Talk to you later.
Props.
Wait, Charlotte, Paimon's still got a question for you.
Props?
And what's that?
If, just for example, Fontaine were to be flooded tomorrow, what would you do today?
Guys, this reminds me of something. This is actually a real story. This is a real story. When I was like 3, like from the ages of like 3 to 5, look, I had a stepfather, okay? He was like this very, from the ages of like 3 to 5, maybe 6, I had a stepfather who was, he was really cool, but he like listened to metal. He was like a little bit like, I don't know, rugged or whatever. I don't know what my mom was on. But he was speeding one day with us in the car. Look. He was like 24 at the time. I'm not trying to give him excuses, but I am saying that it's not atypical for a young 20-something-year-old man to be speeding. With a child in the car, welcome to America. He gets pulled over. He gets arrested. This is such a dramatic arrest that like I remember vividly as a child seeing him like on like the front of the car getting arrested by the cop, and I was a kid. I was like, this is so cool. I've never seen someone get arrested before. It was like a TV show to me. And then everywhere I went for like 3 weeks, I told everybody that he had gotten arrested because I thought it was so cool. I remember being in a PetSmart because we had a cat at the time. And I told the cashier while he was there with me, my stepdad got arrested. And my mom said, stop that right now. I was living. I loved the drama. I thought it was fun.
Huh. That's the prophecy you're talking about, isn't it? I mean, I do hear about it often, but I never once thought that the day could be tomorrow. If you're seriously asking, then I might try and think of a way to leave Fontaine. Oh, but I'm still a journalist first and foremost. That means I have a duty to be reporting from the scene. And secondly, I wouldn't forsake my homeland that easily. From what I've seen,
Bye,
most people
Ginger.
don't know what they'd do should the worst come to pass.
Have a good night.
In truth, it might. So in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping at the office for that interview of ours. I know what you're thinking. That sounds a bit sad, but I've always believed that it's best to do what you enjoy. Just think about it. If this nation really were to be suddenly destroyed tomorrow, but I still successfully finish an exclusive interview with a truly unique person, then the story I would wind up writing would truly be timeless. And then
I
you know
might
what
be
I'd do?
Fontanian.
Well, I'd write that story, send it for printing, and use messenger pigeons to get copies out to the various nations as soon as possible.
If I was in Fontaine and the water was going to be rising tomorrow, I would probably just be streaming and posting my TikToks and my YouTubes because that's what I love to do.
I'm not a dreamer, nor am I a workaholic, but I do love my job, and I'd be proud of leaving such an article behind.
My
I guess you could
stepdad got
say
arrested.
that
Should
I
be.
was born to be a journalist. But anyway, that's my answer. And on that note,
I would wake up in a
I'll get
flower
back to my
carriage.
preparations.
Get ready with me for the flood.
So nice.
Hi
All of a
everyone.
sudden,
So I'm making a
actually kinda
Pokemon team
envies
for
her.
the flood. I'm feeling water types today.
Anyway, let's go
And
and take a look at
Ghost.
the sea, shall we?
I just want to let everyone know who's coming in right now that we will be going over to Cloud Retainer's story once we get to a certain point because I know there's a big unescapable part of the story and I can't finish it tonight.
Combo, huh?
So we'll be doing it probably on Monday.
Paimon's been thinking.
Yes.
If it wasn't Fontaine, but all of Tevat that would be destroyed tomorrow, where would we go and what would we do? No, Paimon should ask, if you could choose, what would you like to do?
If I could choose. It's just like Charlotte said. Suddenly trying to consider what to do is pointless.
We've always been moving to the next destination, so we haven't spent much time thinking about these kinds of things. We didn't have to either, with us always being on the road and whatnot.
Yeah, you just keep journeying on. I mean, you can't dwell on what you don't know. You can't dwell on what you can't do. You have to show up every day for the things that you love, and that's that. If for some reason the world just exploded tomorrow, I'd be proud of everything that I've accomplished, because that's, you know.
You mean still traveling?
Yeah, cherishing every single moment.
Huh.
And also looking for my
Wait,
twin.
Isn't that what we've always been doing?
The banter goes back and forth between the two of you as time slips by. Okay, I think this is where we have to stop because if we do have to go to Poisson, we need to stop because that's where it locks you in. Oh, here we are.
Feels like you'll grow mold if you stay here long enough.
Paimon, you're the one who insisted that we stay down here so you can read your BL, girl.
But it's still better than the Fortress of Meropide, that's for sure. It's not only damp there, but salty too.
Oh my god, that is so nasty.
So the two of you are still here. Wonderful.
Oh, you're from the Palais Mermonia, aren't you?
Oh, this isn't Poisson?
Yes.
Oh, that's right,
I'm
sorry.
Isadora. Monsieur Nervillet sent me to look for you two before. I heard that afterward you went to the Fortress of Meropide. Not at all. I'm well aware that you're friends of his. Actually, I'm here to pass along a message from him.
Let's hear it.
Yes, inside the Opera House. The Maréchaussée Phantom has declared the incident a small-scale riot.
A riot?
Well, that said, I don't personally think it was that serious. Lady Farina was watching a performance at the Opera House, And while she was resting during an intermission, some other audience members suddenly started harassing her.
Honestly, as much as I rag on Paimon does like sort of like lock in on some like certain wavelengths that are like, she's in a certain like wavelength and lane that is a little bit more I don't know. I don't think she reads the fluff. I think she likes an angsty BL. I think she likes an angsty BL. Because, like, think of her personality, right? Like, you gotta have the juxtaposition. It's like, I don't know.
Loudly accusing her of doing nothing about the prophecy crisis. And before she could respond, others started to join in. The crowd continued to grow, and protests against the Hydro Archon started to break out.
So people have started to put the blame on Farina. Guess they finally found it.
I agree. People will naturally rely on gods, as is customary. But the moment people feel threatened, gods are also the first to be blamed.
So what happened after that? Is Farina okay?
Seeing that the situation was spiraling out of control and that further argument was pointless, she claimed that she'd gotten tired of this and left in a hurry.
She's always running away. People need to put some Legos down on the floor. Surround her in Legos. It's like putting a ghost inside of salt.
And did not catch where Lady Farina had gone. Only when things had stabilized did we realize that she had gone missing.
So, you mean she's still missing?
That's right. The Marechaussee has dispatched many people to search for her, but we don't have any leads yet.
I mean, that's why she's so petite. She stays running across the entirety of Fontaine. Like that's why she has that. That's why she developed that water running skill to make it easier to like run to another place.
That said, I don't think there's much to worry about. She is a god after all. Even if she were to fall into the hands of rioters, what could ordinary people do to her? Good. Monsieur Nervillet sent me to tell you about the situation, but he didn't say anything else.
Don't worry, this is more than enough to go on. Thanks for keeping us informed.
Farina, this isn't a problem you can run away from, like a traffic ticket or a crying baby. Those are two things that are very easy to run away from, actually. Yeah, I've done both many times.
Is that so? Well, all right then. In that case, you two take care. I'll be heading back to the Palais now.
Purr.
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Skibbity Ree. Okay, so this is where we'll stop, but we're going to keep the stream going because it is Genshin event, so we got to make sure that we let Hoyoverse know that the girly pops are here.
And as we also know, she may be loud and dramatic, but she doesn't have a heart of stone. When Nervillet was talking to her in the Palais Mermonia, and she heard about Poisson, she couldn't hide her sadness and remorse. It would be hard for her to ignore being accused by the public today. Paimon thinks Farina's probably taken the opportunity to slip away to Poisson and try to relieve the sense of guilt that she's feeling.
I don't know how long Cloud Retainer's story is, but we'll stick around until I just get tired, so.
Well, what do you think? Paimon knows the answer, of course, but Paimon can do the analysis to back it up, too. Cool,
Looks like all those detective BLs has had an effect on you, girl. Glad to see you're picking something up. Let's go investigate.
In that case, there's not a moment to lose. Poisson, here we come!
2 hours? Well, maybe we'll do half of it, and then we'll do the other half, and then maybe we'll do like a 5-hour stream on Monday. Hi, Fostier. We can do pulls. Can we? Or should I be saving for Siegeween? I don't know. I want to get Cloran, honestly. She's cool.
Ad Astra.
So because we have a lot of Gooey, because we have a lot of story to get through and we're doing the event, I'm just going to go ahead and take it as a moment to just like put in a little bit of extra stream hours on Monday to get through some story. That'll be the first priority. So I don't know how far we'll get in Zhanyan, but I just felt like, I don't know, I didn't want to do a 2-hour stream today. I also didn't, I've been liking the story lately, so I know it's like a little bit messy or whatever, but I figured you guys wouldn't mind. I was going to do Kokomi, but you guys helped me. I was going to do Kokomi, and everyone was like, no, don't do Kokomi. So I'm going to do Cloud Retainer. I also just generally want to get into the lore. After I beat the Archon quests, I do in my own free time want to get into the lore. So I was going to eventually start approaching this anyway. I don't know if you said it already, but when will the stream start on Monday? I really don't know, Christian. I really don't know. I'll try to make an announcement before we start. Maybe like 3.
So many places
That would be a good
lately.
time to start 3.
What do you say we take a day off from adventuring and just find somewhere nice to relax?
Like kind of how like when the girly pop block starts, you know?
Where are some nice places we could go? Oh, why don't we pay Cloud Retainer a visit at Mount Aocang? It's been a while since we last saw that illuminated bird. She's always the one popping up out of nowhere and scaring us half to death. So let's
Yeah, girly pop block is
her
on
this
Tuesdays.
time.
Sorry guys, I saw something in the distance and I want to get it. I don't think I'm gonna make it. There must be a puzzle involved in that. I should probably not try to get this. I'm still gonna try though. Where's it at? I don't even see it anymore, girl. Girl, anyway, I'm going to do the quest. I have not FBI agent, no.
The first time we came here, we even brought offerings and everything. And when we told her that Rex Lapis had been assassinated, she immediately threatened to squash Liyue Harbor.
I remember all this,
Paimon,
Paimon, yes.
to get along with. But now that we've spent some more time together, she's really not like that at all.
Honestly, Cloud Retainer is kind of like she's kind of funny. Like she's interesting.
We probably don't need to bring any offerings now that we've gotten to know her pretty well, right? Still, Paimon's got some snacks around here somewhere, so if she really wants something, we can just use that.
What did I name Wander? I don't remember.
Traveler, did something catch your eye?
I don't think we've ever seen her before.
Oh, what a pretty lady. Is she also here to visit Cloud Retainer?
She looks just like Bayonetta.
Yeah, you're right. All it takes is one look and you can tell she's someone special. Okay, but if we're both friends of Cloud Retainer, then we're basically friends by association, right? Want to go up to her and say hello?
You do it.
Helping you make more connections is a part of Paimon's job as your reliable guide. Paimon's got this. Hello.
I know we did just start our Bayonetta 2 playthrough just now.
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Paimon, what is that?
Paimon doesn't think we've met, but we're also friends of Cloud Retainer. May we have the pleasure of learning your name, Madam Adeptus?
You two... What is this tomfoolery? Has the shift in form so clouded your eyes that you no longer recognize one anymore?
I forgot that her pronouns are 1-1s.
Wait, you're...
That's Cloud Retainer, Paimon.
Huh? You're the illuminated bird? But you look... human! How did that happen?
Well, I don't know, one has a lot of magic.
Oh, donning human form is scarcely any test of one's abilities. As for your confusion, one merely had no reason to indulge such inclinations before.
In my brain, Paimon is our secretary, and she knows how busy and important and influential we are, and we can't waste our time remembering everyone and how we've helped them, so she just gives us a recap before we walk into a meeting.
So, you're indulging now because?
Well, one has made plans to pay a visit to some disciples at Liyue Harbor. Taking on a human form for such a trip is simply a way to make matters less conspicuous.
They ate this outfit up so much that they keep panning from bottom to top just so you can get the full detail.
You? Worrying about keeping a low profile? You're the one who likes to pop up out of nowhere all over the place. In fact,
Harassing me, stalking me.
several examples, like that time
Yes.
you suddenly appeared on top of a roof without any warning,
Or literally anywhere else too. It feels like Cloud Retainer has her reasons, but doesn't want to discuss them too openly. I almost forgot. Paimon brought you some gifts, babe.
Hey, didn't we agree not to bring that up unless she asked?
Oh, so you have taken care to follow the proper
Bye,
rules of
Comet.
etiquette after
Thank you for
all.
hanging out.
Most commendable.
Well, this is all Paimon's got. You don't mind, right?
One has never found oneself lacking in basic comforts. On the contrary, it is the gesture that one values above all else. So long as you've shown proper respect and consideration, the quantity or quality of the gift is but a trivial matter.
That kinda makes Paimon feel a little guilty for trying to keep them for herself. Anyway, where were we before you reminded Paimon about the gifts?
We were she was gonna visit her friends.
Ah, right. So by disciples, you must mean Ganyu and Shenhe. It's also been a while since we last saw them. Maybe we can come too.
I wish that I was able to get her, but I wasn't able to get her.
One planned to extend the invitation even if you had not raised the matter yourself. Shenhe and Ganyu should be quite pleased to see you again. However, one would first inquire as to the reason behind your visit here. You have cause to seek one's company?
No reason in particular. I just wanted to hang out for a bit. I mean, we're streaming and hanging out and just wanted to chat.
Yeah, we just found ourselves missing you and wanted to see how you were doing. We were hoping you'd tell us one of your stories. Who knew we'd run into your human form while we were at it?
Is that so? If there are no urgent matters at hand, then let us make haste for Liyue Harbor. Ganyu is likely still working at Yue High Pavilion, so that shall be our first stop.
Sounds great! Then let's all go to Liyue Harbor!
1,000 moonlit miles. So yeah, I mean, if these are going to be like 2-ish hours, we probably won't finish this today because I want to stream for like one more hour. But we have a lot to do for the event, so we'll probably just do a long Monday stream.
She wrote that she shall have no
just so we can just catch all this stuff up.
Future. They think one was so easy.
You get primos for doing these, right?
One shall investigate everything with one's own eyes and decide for oneself if their living conditions are satisfactory.
We're not continuing because the next arc in this story is going to take a long time, and I don't have time. And I would just continue, but it forces you to stay, you know. So I had to stop. That's from what I know. That's from what I know. I don't know anything about the story. That's just what people are helping me with. Sorry, I'm just going to go ahead and get this chest because Lord knows I'm never coming back here for a long time because I plan on playing Honkai Star Rail after I beat the Archon quest.
Ooh, wonderful.
Why not teleport? Oh, we are going to Liyue. You're right. Streamer brain. Quick question. I've been lurking for a while. Am I allowed to set up a poll in general chat? Sure, if you want to. Yeah. If it's like, as long as it's according to the rules, I don't care. I've been trying to like do my sword, but they just keep teleporting me into the cutscene.
We're almost at Way High Pavilion. Hey, do you think Ganyu will be shocked to see Cloud Retainer like this? Guess we have no idea if Shenhe and Ganyu have ever seen her in this form before. Wait, where did she go?
But she's like, she literally raised them. I'm sure they've seen that.
Why are you just standing there, Cloud Retainer?
Quietly now. One shall stay here. You two can go and meet with her.
But why? Isn't it better if we all go together?
If one were to proudly proclaim one's presence, Ganyu would surely profess herself otherwise unoccupied and drop everything to attend to one's visit. One fears that would only result in her staying up all night to make up for lost time. One does not wish to trouble her. Conversing vicariously via you two shall suffice. Do remember to inquire as to her recent well-being. Again, do not mention one's presence here.
Okay. This is a weird way to visit your friends, Cloud Retainer, but okay.
Fair enough.
Let's go visit.
Alright then, we'll just pass on your regards and...
Cloud Retainer?
Oh! Gagged, gooped, clocked. Is she...
Busted.
Why does Cloud Retainer like, why does she just like sit in the background?
Is that lady someone you know, Miss Ganyu?
Fun, have you noticed Paimon's voice isn't that high in the newer versions? It sounds the same to me, honestly.
She is indeed. I'm sorry, Huixin, but could we delay the upcoming meeting for a little bit?
Ganyu is so pretty.
Is quite
Look at how
full.
pretty Ganyu is.
Although, perhaps I could move some work to later in the evening.
Oh, not to worry, Miss Ganyu. I'll make the necessary arrangements right away.
Thank you, Huixin.
It's been a while, Ganyu.
Cloud Retainer, girl, what are you doing?
Greetings. What brings you here today? And Cloud Retainer, too. It's been quite some time since I last saw you in this form.
You are quite mistaken. One is not acquainted with this Cloud Retainer of whom you speak. One is simply a mere mortal passerby.
What's going on, Cloud Retainer?
Seems she's not buying it.
What?
That was but a simple test. One did not expect you to be able to recognize one so easily, especially after so many years of only seeing one's other form.
Huh? Ganyu looks totally bewildered, and so am I. Like, she's thinking, why would I recognize you?
But recognizing you is, my responsibility as your disciple.
An apt observation.
Yeah, she needs to do what Farina does and just run away.
One was simply passing by while attending to some important business. One thought it would only be fitting to pay you a visit while in the area.
Wait, Paimon wasn't aware of any important... Cloud Retainer's right. We've still got something super important to do, so we can't stay here for too long today.
Oh, is that so? But it's been so long since we last saw each other.
One simply desired to see you and had no intention of interrupting your work. A quick conversation should suffice for today. A more involved reunion should wait until you find yourself less occupied.
Cloud Retainer, what's the reason why Cloud Retainer can't like just say hi to her friends? That is so strange.
I understand. That should be fine.
While one acknowledges the amount of work that you have to deal with every day, one must also remind you to rest. Though adepti blood flows through your veins, excessive exhaustion will still cause grave harm to your body.
No, she's worried because she's working so hard. She that's like her mom.
It still makes one nostalgic to see you as you are now, respected and independent. When you were young,
cute.
You oft begged one to cuddle you to sleep when you suffered from nightmares.
Cloud Retainer, stop!
If you insist. We are running short on time regardless, so one will refrain from going into each and every story.
Why don't you continue your conversation? One shall simply stand by and listen.
Does anyone have a mother figure in their life like this? Because I know two. I know two. I know two. I know two.
Wow, you've been to so many new places since the last time we spoke.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever need anything, please just come find me at Liyue High Pavilion.
Okay.
Also, forgive me for my presumptuousness, Cloud Retainer, but if you plan to continue appearing in this form, don't you think it'd be helpful to adopt a human name?
A human name? Huh. You raise a valid point. Considering the sheer extent of one's renown, Cloud Retainer is surely too recognizable as a name.
Right, Pickled. Like, I mean, I always got the intention because the feeling, because they touched on this before in other stories, that Cloud Retainer is like kind of like an awkward mom, but she literally was like in her human form. I feel like she was like anxiously like eating her lunch to get ready to go out and like literally spy on her kids, hiding behind a bush while Ganyu's in the middle of a meeting.
You really think so? Not that you're not famous or anything.
You presume to know the extent of one's illustrious achievements. One would hardly think such a thing to be possible. Nevertheless, Ganyu's advice cannot be ignored. From this point on, when in public occasions, be sure to refer to one as Shenyun.
Shenyun. Okay, I've been saying it wrong this whole time, and I knew I've been saying it wrong. Shenyun. It's like spying on your friends when they're on a date.
Shenyun?
Ah, I assume that's a reference to the full record of Pristine Pavilion. An adeptus of years past would rise with the clouds and rest with the moon. They were enlightened and wise, free and unfettered. The
Hi,
writer
Cranky.
referenced Master's name to describe her carefree and spontaneous nature.
Oh, that sounds super cool! Paimon feels like only the most powerful of adepti could rise with the clouds and rest with the moon.
Actually, those lines were originally written to describe Cloud Retainer herself.
Huh? Wait, so you're really that powerful?
And what of it? Did you truly take one to be nothing more than a bird of bigger than average size?
Shenyun, you really haven't done anything but just like sit in the water and stalk me since, I mean, even before I knew who you were. So I'm sorry, I didn't know. Shenwan, right.
To be fair, Cloud Retainer rarely speaks of her past accomplishments. The tales of her past can only be found in ancient texts. It is said that once, a long, long time ago, there was a severe drought in Liyue. Left with no choice, many people left their homes, while others spent day and night praying to the adepti. Although I did not live through such tragedy, simply reading about it is enough to gain a visceral understanding of all the pain and desperation during that time. On top of the drought, a noxious gas also began to spread through the land. If not for Cloud Retainer's efforts, much of Liyue would be nothing more than a barren wasteland today.
Shenyun, you quite literally saved the world, or at least saved all of Liyue. Okay.
The books had this to say about what happened. Upon arrival, the Adeptus borrowed the wind to retain the clouds. Immediately, the clouds gathered together, and abundant rain burst forth from the heavens. Drought and plague were both driven away, and the people were saved.
Wow, that's incredible!
Mortal records add embellishments to dramatize past events. One did merely with one ought, and even if one had not interceded, the other adepti would surely have stepped in to help.
Girl, don't be so humble. Don't be so humble.
Even so, you stopped an entire drought! Can you really control the weather like the book said? Oh, Paimon suddenly has a lot more respect for you.
I want to get more lore on the adepti. Now that I'm close to the end of the story, I'm going to be able to soon.
You're not too mad.
How laughable.
A name is but a simple label we carry with us on our journey through the world.
I wonder if they always planned on making Cloud Retainer
be
playable or
offended by
just
such a
decided
trivial matter?
when they realized how fun her character was. I feel like she was definitely playing. Well, that's actually interesting because the other two didn't really. But there is another adepti that got it. I don't know. Also, somebody was asking about Wuwa. I really wanted to, and I thought that I could incorporate it, but I legit don't have time. Like, it's getting to a point where, like, I'm kind of having issues even doing my dailies on video games. So Wuwa is just, I don't have time to play Wuwa. But it's fine. It's a cool game, but I play Genshin, so...
That's a relief. In that case, Paimon will continue to call you whatever feels right in the moment.
Well, that is quite enough ancient history for now. Ganyu, have you had word from Shenhe? One has heard that she procured a job recently. Have you any thoughts on her workplace? And what, pray tell, of her monthly remuneration? Moreover, does she find herself overly inundated with work?
Hey, Hachi,
Is she allowed
congrats!
time off during Lantern Rite?
Are you excited to play it, finally?
That is a lot of questions.
There is
That's
no
a
cause
mom.
for concern, Cloud Retainer. I introduced Shenhe to her employer personally. Wanmin Restaurant's business has been booming recently. So, with Chef Mao being swamped with customers, and Xiangling still often out in search of new recipes, I introduced Shenhe to staff the restaurant.
I see. Most excellent indeed. One has had the pleasure of being introduced to that family. Xiangling is kind and astute. while
I
her
wish I
father
played this
is
during
loyal
Mother's
and
Day.
reliable. One has no cause to believe that they will make Shenhe's work difficult.
She's so aww. Cloud Retainer is so cute.
Now, it is almost time to partake in the victuals of noon. One shall visit Wanmin Restaurant in person and see how
Victuals?
Shenhe is doing.
Victuals. Hold on. Y'all know me. I love to Google. A new word that sounds nice. Food or provisions. Okay. Okay. So how do you pronounce that? How do you pronounce that? Can I hear it, please? It's not playing it. Oh, it's because I have it muted.
Victual. Victual.
Okay. Victual. Victual means food or provisions. So now now instead of asking my boyfriend what he wants for lunch, I'll ask him, what would you like to partake on? What would you like to partake in for the victuals of noon? What are tonight's victuals? So when he's gonna go get a snack, I'm gonna tell him. I'm like, so what victual are you having? Because we've been watching this show. Sorry, we are not doing Archon Quest, so I can yap. We've been watching this show that I like, and we like to eat our snacks on our show. I'm gonna call his things his snacks victuals, and he's gonna say, what is that? And I'll tell him, and he'll say, okay.
But didn't you just say that you had something important to do?
Can that wait until after we've eaten?
You may return to your work, Ganyu. One shall see to this matter on one's own. There will be many an occasion to dine together in the future. One is certain the opportunity shall present itself most readily.
Of course, Cloud Retainer. Please take care. Traveler, Paimon, I'll see you some other time.
Bye, Ganyu. We're gonna go have some victuals for noon.
See you around, Ganyu!
Bye, Ganyu. I'm gonna have some victuals. You have to keep saying it so that way your brain remembers it.
On the uptake there, don't you think? As soon as you mentioned important business to attend to, Paimon realized that you were just looking to cut the conversation short and not take too much of Ganyu's time. Is Paimon right?
No. In
It's
fact,
weird
it is
how
not
it's
an excuse.
it's weird how it's
One is indeed
spelled.
visiting Liyue Harbor for an important purpose.
Wait, for real?
The moment is not yet upon us. Still, the truth will be revealed to you in time.
She really seems to be playing up the whole mysterious adeptus thing right now. Is it because we just heard that cool story about her powers?
It's kind of endearing and sweet. Like it adds a charm to her because she's, I don't know why, like she has every right to be like way more, you know, way more proud and confident and arrogant, right? And honestly, when you first meet her, she kind of comes off that way. But like literally the moment you get underneath that sort of first impression, she is like awkward and like, please stop complimenting me. Please stop complimenting me. Why is she like that?
You get what I'm saying, right?
Wen, leave Shenhe alone. She's really pretty. Leave her alone.
Yeah, how can I not? Not even fine food is enough to distract from the presence of a fine lady, huh?
Get these dogs out of here. Leave my friend
I'm
alone.
far more interested in getting her details than ordering any dishes. Hey, how about you ask her?
Dogs, dogs, dogs.
You do it.
No. I think you should. Wait, she's coming.
But let's be real. Let's be real. I'm sitting here saying dogs, but it... If I was at the cash register, see, this is why I'm not a meal girl in real life, is because if they were complimenting me, I'd be like, thank you. Because I don't know, I'm a people pleaser.
What can I get for you today?
Shenhe can't relate. She literally doesn't even notice their presence.
Greetings, miss. I was just wondering if you'd be willing to...
Liyue is actually so sad. There's a reason now of the older characters talk about Liyue before 500 years ago. Like what happened to Guizhong in her city. She was Zhongli's partner god and they ruled together before the Archon War. She had to die at his hands by Celestia's orders. All Glazed Lilies in Liyue are dedicated to her. Whoa!
What would you like to order?
Oh. A true retail girly. Get into it, Shenhe. Get into it. What do you need? My job is to get your order. What do you need?
2 servings of more meat to go. Good chat.
Right.
Bye.
That'll be $15.72. Me on my shifts.
Welcome. It's been a while. May I take your order?
Ooh, she said, I know that you're my friend right now, but I'm on the clock. Now that's real. That's real. I always told my friends, never visit me at work. I'm a different person.
Don't welcome us as guests and greet us as old friends in the same line. It's weird.
Hey, Shenhe. I'll take a, do you guys have any sparkling water?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll take that.
Oh, and this is?
This is Miss Xinyun.
Master?
Now, do you think she's gonna try to pretend?
Huh. One does not recall ever revealing this form to you before. How were you able to ascertain one's true identity with such ease?
What is going on?
I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10 years. I would recognize you no matter what form you take.
You...
Oh.
Is something the matter, Master?
Hardly. Hardly. One simply learned of your employment from your letter and came to check on your well-being.
And check out the great food, too!
But like Shenyan kind of takes an adoptive role, and they never explicitly call her mom, right? But she kind of plays that mom role, and I think that's what's sweet. Is like that's like a very relatable story for everybody. It's like I honestly think that naturally, like feminine energies tend to be so much more protective of like younger people. I don't know why. I guess it's just how we're conditioned or something, but it's sweet. It makes me think of like the women, like the older women in my life who've guided me, like teachers. Like I had this one theater teacher who actually the theater teacher who taught me everything about why I love theater acted exactly like her. I remember one time, she was so stone cold, and she kind of had like a very cold sense of humor, and she never really liked compliments because we all loved her, and we were always like trying to like be nice to her as her students, and she was just like, guys, stop it. And I remember one time I was like very, very sad because I was moving away from that school and I had to move somewhere else because of the military, and I was like being so dramatic backstage crying. And she hugged me. It was the first time that she ever like showed affection towards me. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I remember one time she like messaged me like years later while I was in college, and she told me like some really nice things. Stuff like that's really sweet. It reminds me of that kind of stuff.
Indeed. It's almost lunchtime. My apologies. I'm still on the clock and can't talk for
I
very
want to
long.
be like that. I want to get to a point where I can like, I don't know, be somebody's like mom energy. I feel like it's like almost like a rite of passage. It makes me feel good to know that people are out there looking out for each other, you know?
Well, if it isn't the traveler in Paimon, are you here for Shenhe?
It's so sweet that that's just like a thing that happens.
The lunch rush isn't in yet, Shenhe. So I've got things covered for now.
I'm your mom,
Go ahead,
girl.
sit down and enjoy some time with your friends.
Then this is a chaotic
I'll let you know if
household.
things
I
pick
hope
up.
y'all all get therapy.
Thank you, Chef Mao.
It's the way they view her as their boss mentor and she views them as their daughter. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Yeah. Let's chat. Where do we sit? Oh, back here. Ooh. I am so sorry, Sue. I'm sorry, Sue. I am so sorry, Sue.
Miro's really got a lot going for her.
Not me shoving Sue. I felt bad about that. That looked so dramatic. I'm happy to hear that, Josu. You gotta be what you want to see in the world, I guess. She was literally like...
It is just as one expected. The owner of Wanmin Restaurant is indeed a most reasonable and accommodating human. Still, the work here entails dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Shenhe?
When I first got a job, my first job, my mom was so worried. Like, she was obviously so supportive of me, like, getting my first job, but she was like, I don't know, I guess she wanted me to feel, like, protected. It makes me think of that. This is such a sweet quest line. It reminds me of a lot of good memories.
It's been manageable so far. I sometimes run into strange people, but I have figured out a way to deal with them.
Seems like you've been making progress. So by dealing with them, you mean...
Also, it's kind of hilarious that, like, Shenhe's over here waiting tables as if she didn't, like, save Liyue.
First, I try to talk sense into them. If that doesn't work, I threaten them with
Maybe she likes the
violence.
simple life. I get that.
At this point, they usually decide they are in favor of a civil conversation.
Oh, how should Paimon put this?
Oh, a sensible plan. One is gladdened to see you integrate so well into human society.
And you, Master? How have you been?
Simply marvelous. Though Mount Aocang has scarcely enjoyed your presence recently, one has hardly found the pleasure of one's own company to be
I'm
lacking.
changing the title to Hanging Out with Mom for the last 40 minutes of stream. There we go. There we go.
I see. Oh, just as expected of Master.
What she means to say is she actually misses the two of you a lot.
I have missed Master quite a bit too. Even though work has been busy lately, I've already had a conversation with Chef Mao about taking some time off soon to visit Master.
Oh, you did? Do make note of such matters in your letters in the future. There's hardly a need to keep one in suspense.
Whoa, her mood shot up just like that.
By the way, Master, since you are in Liyue Harbor, have you had the chance to visit Ganyu?
I think, like, Teb, what you're saying is, like, I feel like that's what kind of makes these characters also good, because it's like, it's not that Cloud Retainer is necessarily a mom, it's just like they took the time to create such an elaborate aspects of her personality that really has nothing to do with, like, the major conflicts of the world, but it makes the world feel... This is like those filler episodes of anime, but they're actually good. Because I normally hate filler episodes in anime where it like talks about the characters, but it's just slapstick comedy the whole time. This is like actually like character development.
Indeed. She is similarly preoccupied with her work. There was time only to exchange a few simple pleasantries.
Ganyu told us the story of Cloud Retainer's name. It was amazing. We never knew how powerful she was before.
You know what, honestly, guys, I might just like, this feels like, I feel like the character quests, I know I keep stopping, but I feel like the character quests, I might finish this up while I drink my coffee in the morning. I feel like I would really enjoy just like drinking my coffee and sitting and just letting it autoplay and like sort of like doing my work while I'm like listening to the story, like doing like some Discord management and things like that.
I see.
These are very like, I don't know,
that
it's like
case, allow
sweet
me
and
to
relaxing.
Also share a story about Master's past.
Oh?
Is that a problem, Master?
Spill the tea, because that's what I'm here for.
No, not a problem. One was simply caught off guard. But no matter. Please, proceed. One is most curious to see how much of one's own conversational prowess you possess.
I also want to do like yap analyses of these characters, each one, because there's so many. I probably won't get through them all, but like maybe I'll just finish this and like y'all get a YouTube video of me just like talking for 30 minutes about how cute Cloud Retainer is.
Master once participated in a race against Mooncarver. After Mooncarver lost, he insisted that Master's ability to fly gave her a natural edge in such a contest. In response, Master agreed to forego flying in return for being able to use one of her devices in the race. Mooncarver accepted, only to find Master with a brand new device on the day of the contest.
Huh. What kind of device was it?
It was a mechanical vehicle made out of iron. What was it called again? Oh, an electro-powered bicycle?
A girl, not the San Francisco tech.
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. One spent 49 days conceptualizing and crafting it. It need only be infused with adeptal energy, and it can cover thousands of miles in one day.
You know what? No, this is actually so true. Shenhe is y'all, and I am Shenyan, because y'all be bringing up stuff sometimes that I forget that I do, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I did spend like 3 weeks writing an analysis on Rouge the Bat. The bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. Girl, she is such a nerd. I love it.
Oh, it boggles the mind why Mooncarver ever supposed he might best me in a contest of locomotion. Though he sprinted with all his might, he could barely keep up. Alas, the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain. One was thwarted mere seconds from victory, when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the final stretch. Truly a most unfortunate turn of events. Anyway, do go on, Shenhe.
Bye, Absolutely Unaware. Have a good night. Thank you so much for hanging out today.
Master, that was the end of that story.
Is that so? Huh. With you gone, one has seldom felt the desire to call upon those old fossils for another contest. What is a race without spectators, after all?
Jem, you would really love this character. I mean, like, honestly, any person who likes a good story or any person who likes anime really would like all these characters, but I know that you already liked Cloud Retainer from the visuals, Jem, but she's so cute. No, because Shenyan could be the trailblazer for Mio Motors. I think about it. Well, Mio's been kind of like sort of grappling with the whole should we make cars in Teyvat, you know? Because you know Mio is an interdimensional enterprise at this point. So she's like, she knows what cars are, but she's like, should we make cars? Because look at how beautiful Teyvat is. Should we really like invent the motor in Teyvat? Maybe we should just not have cars in Teyvat.
Have you been lonely, Master?
Lonely? Huh. At one's age.
I'll be real, y'all. I want those glasses.
Come and go in the blink
I could
of
just
an
grab
eye.
them.
Even one's own self-directed musings can span several days and nights. 'Tis a most foreign sentiment. The mere mention of it is preposterous. What is the reason for that look upon your face?
It's nothing. It's just... Well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. But all it took was a few words out of your mouth, and it's like you're back to being that illuminated bird again.
Paimon, do not start talking about the ick when you were literally walking around with a calcified diaper.
I was just a little bit confused. Which one of the two is the real Cloud Retainer?
To me, they are both master. One is the master that's widely revered by the people, while the other is the master that I respect and adore.
Huh. One finds oneself exalted yet again with sweet words of praise and flattery of a most extravagant nature. You chose to exalt one with your words, yet you refuse to grace Mount Aocang with your presence for any extended period of time. One would almost question the sincerity of your estimations.
Shout out to Stephanie Penicello, because I know saying one all the time was so hard for her to do.
This is not to say that your words paint an inaccurate picture. One has always lived by a single ideal. Eschew all action and abide by no rule. One does as one pleases and speaks as one pleases. Others may critique or praise as they see fit, yet one places little weight in such judgments.
As RuPaul says, if they ain't paying your bills, don't pay them any mind. Right. I'm the translator.
She got like, what, 2 sentences of flattery?
A Noelle skins behind me?
It's as if her ego was about to burst.
Oh wait, y'all don't look at the back of my head. I didn't do my hair for the back of my head. Ooh.
Do you have any empty tables?
Hey there, could we get another fish stew?
I want some fish stew. I'm getting hungry, y'all. I wasn't very hungry all day today.
I'm hearing more guests come in.
I forgot that Shenhe was at work. Bye, Shenhe.
Alright, good luck with the lunchtime rush, Shenhe.
Mm-hmm. I'll try my best.
Okay, wait, okay, the girl with the glasses ate. Wait, which one? Because there's a lot right now.
So much yummy food! Paimon's gonna feast!
Cloud Retainer, aren't you on a meal dietitian plan? I know that you were trying to grow your hair 17 more inches just for the fun of it. Are you sure you can eat all this?
One is fond of all kinds of delicacies and delights in a multitude of flavors. The dishes here demonstrate no shortage of culinary skill. Their unique flavor profile has left one more than satisfied. In fact,
This is making me hungry. Oh my
one has been
god.
struck by quite the fit of inspiration. One has already begun to
She's making this food sound
conceptualize the
so
next
good.
generation of supreme cuisine machines.
Ooh, she's making this sound so good. She said this food looks so good that I'm already thinking about a way to make it even better. Like this is already, if this, ooh.
Everything's so tasty. A bit too hot at times, but still super tasty.
I'm sorry, miss, but our tables are full.
Shall we try somewhere else, Granny? But it smells so delightful. Can we really not eat here? My poor legs can't go on for much longer.
You know she's lying so she can get a seat. You know she's lying. You know she's lying. Granny said, "Oh, but I can't go to another. You wouldn't put an old lady out." Because she knows that the food around here. When Shenhe's on the clock, that's why everybody's here. Because when Shenhe's on the clock, she runs that kitchen like the military. She says, I need the exact portion of seasoning. Everything needs to be cooked to a T. Granny said, you wouldn't put an old lady out when Shenhe's on the clock.
Well,
she's actually
you
sick.
could always check with some of the other guests and see if anyone's happy to share a table.
Okay, I'll ask around.
Honestly, I would let them sit with us. If this was real life, I would let them sit with us.
Would you mind letting us share a table with you? There are no empty tables left, so...
Ah, well, Paimon doesn't mind. What about you guys?
Sure, just don't eat my food. You can get your own food. We're almost done here.
Great! Thanks so much. My name is Shuyu, and this is my granny, Yuendai.
Granny?
Yep. Is there something wrong with that?
this is getting a little tense.
No, Paimon's just a bit surprised. She looks so young.
Yeah, a lot of people compliment Granny on her youthful looks, but she's actually much older than she appears.
I don't know. She's giving Granny. She is giving Granny. I mean, like, that's not a bad thing, but she does look like a woman who's, like, you know, a little older. Like, huh?
Granny, why don't you take a
Skincare by Mio.
Come on, it's not polite to stare.
Huh. Have we met before?
No.
'Tis a fated meeting, then. Please, take a seat.
What would you like to eat, Granny? I can order for you.
I want braised earthworms. They always pop up out of the ground after a rainstorm.
Okay. Okay, I'll try some. Let me get some. Is that a Liyue special? I've never heard of that before, baby. But if Granny's down, if Granny came in here and lied her way to this table for a braised earthworm, then they must be good. Give me some too.
No, not this again. Granny, there's no braised earthworms on the menu.
Oh, wait a minute. Why is she sitting here asking for worms then? I'm from out of town, so I don't know about this.
Braised earthworms? Well, that sounds weird. Do people actually eat that?
I mean, I was trying not to be insensitive. Like, I've never had earthworms before, but I mean, like, I'm not a you know, like, I was gonna eat it if they brought it to the table.
Right, that's what Paimon was thinking too.
Okay, right, let's see what happens.
Need any help?
Help? Oh, do you mean with Granny? Thanks, that's nice of you to offer. Granny has pretty bad dementia, so her memory's getting worse all the time. She's always saying things that sound kind of confusing.
That's actually kind of sad. When I worked in a retirement home, I watched that. That's pretty sad.
Actually, her memory's been bad ever since I was little. But it's gotten so bad lately that I even have to remind her who I am every morning.
I really do think about that. Like, it must be so hard. They say like when that happens, it's like your loved ones can still recognize you, but there's just like that sense of confusion sometimes. And it must be so hard to be a caretaker in that situation. Gosh, I couldn't imagine.
They died young. It's just me. Oh, but it's okay. Don't feel bad. Granny loves me a lot, and I love her a lot too. Sure, it's hard at times, but you just gotta make the best of the life you've got.
Yeah, family is family, you know. If any of my family members ever need that for me, I'm there to support them. That's hard, but geez.
Wow, you're really tough for your age, kid.
You're too kind.
My grandpa had dementia. I never knew him. He'd always ask, "Whose baby is this?" when he held me, apparently. Oh, he still held you though. That's kind of cute. Whose baby is this? Cute baby.
And me? Oh, what about me?
You're tough too, Granny. Plus, you're really gentle, and you're always there for me.
Yes, and it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still remember the important things. Wait, what was that really important thing again?
Pickled, I think that in situations like this that's being pictured, I think that's why it's important to, like for me, like my life journey, part of the things that I have to learn is to learn how to rely on people. I often feel like a burden because, you know, I have my own stories. But in situations like this, it's the people who love you who shoulder that when you can't anymore. Maybe you don't have the memories anymore, but there are people who still have those memories, and those memories are real. So it takes a village.
Ah, I remember now. It was a dream. I had a dream where everything was dark. Someone
Her
was
hairpin eats
standing
though.
in front of me. She told me to
That's
come
true.
and find her,
and that once I'd found her, I would be free.
Huh? That sounds super important. But how come you've never told me about it before?
I know that maybe if I ever had this, I would just ask people, can you tell me like a really iconic story about what I did? I know I was an icon because like I'm thinking about like how I am. If I didn't have memories, I would still have my instincts and I'd be like, I know I ate these girls up back in the day. Grandbabies, tell me something.
It was just a dream, so I forgot about it. But I'm in a good mood now, and somehow I remembered it again. You know, I believe I've had this dream a great many times. But just how many times have I had it? Now that I do not remember.
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky. Oh, does that mean you're possessed?
No, Paimon, people have recurring dreams all the time.
Unlikely. Her eyes are clear and her breathing remains calm and level. One sees no signs of possession.
Of course, she would know what's possessed. I forgot that Shenyun's like an adepti. She would be like, girl, she's possessed.
Are you sure?
Paimon, she's an adeptus.
Who do you take me for? Is one not an adept? Am I not an expert?
An expert on demonology? Yes.
You're right. Paimon almost forgot you're the expert. In that case, do you still remember what the person in your dreams looked like, Granny?
Not anymore. Although, I have a sense that she looked rather like me. But not as I am.
Well, thank you,
now.
Pickled.
My younger self.
A younger version of Granny?
This is just getting weirder and weirder. What is going on here?
As one said, fate must have brought us together. You may leave the situation to me.
I am so obsessed because I was raised pretty much by my grandmothers on both sides. And I was so obsessed with seeing pictures of them when they were younger. My grandmother on my dad's side, she was like such a 70s chick. Like, she had like, there's this one picture of her and her brothers and sisters sitting in the living room. And I knew she was always the person. I used to watch America's Next Top Model with her back when it first came out. That was our show together. When I came out, she told me that she always knew that I was gay. And like looking back on it, we used to watch horror movies in America's Next Top Model when I was like 10. And there was this one picture of her. She's got this white jumpsuit on. And she's got this gorgeous afro. And out of all of her brothers and sisters, I think her sleeves were also a little bit flowy. Out of all of her brothers and sisters, she was like you could tell that she was the one who knew how to dress. She had style. She knew all the cool people. Like, I love my grandma for that.
Are you sure?
She ate that picture up.
So, what are your names?
Paimon's Paimon.
Oh, Pidgey, me clocking grandma. You know what they say about assumptions?
Just Shenyun is fine.
Thank you all so much for offering to help. But first, I'm sorry for asking, but, how do you want us to pay you back?
Oh, we don't need any payment for this.
Yeah, girl, I got like 5 million more. I'm sitting over here with the an expert. We're good.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. But Miss Shenyun, what exactly can we do to help out this granny?
If you spell out assumptions, take the first 3 letters, and then the letter that comes after, and then the last 2 letters. Those are 3 different words. It makes a blank out of you and me. That's something that I go off of because you know me, and I'm an INTP. I draw conclusions very quickly. I have to remember I can't make assumptions about other people. So that's a saying that I say in my head a lot, but I can't say it in my chat. One of the major themes in Liyue is dementia. The gods refer to it as a process of erosion, but it's still the same. All of Zhongli's friends lost their memories and promises of their contracts, and it caused them to fight. Oh, there you go for the bingo card. It was this fear that he would go through the same process that caused him to step downward as Morax. Oh, interesting. See, I'm scared. I've been really, really wanting to get into like lore and like analysis, like audios and stuff, like while I'm cleaning my house and stuff like that. But I just want to finish that quest first because I want every single reaction and feeling when I'm going through the quest to be completely raw. I don't want any context going in. But there's so much lore to get into.
That is elementary. Since her dreams portray her younger self, then we shall retrace the steps of her youth. Once we have revisited those places, her memories will likely return.
I get why you guys cried.
Sounds like a plan. So, Granny, do you remember which places you went to when you were young?
I'm gonna do a yap fest off of this quest after I finish it in my free time. And if I do cry, I will record myself and post it on YouTube. I'll just put a clip of me crying in and say, hey guys, this did make me cry, by the way.
Why, of course I do.
In the middle of like editing it, like in the middle of the video.
Below, the wispy clouds, and the emerald mountain streams.
Thank you, Zeke. Welcome to the chat, Zeke.
Okay.
I wanted to have.
That is a no.
So this brand called Rage Quit sent me this really cool choker. I think you're supposed to put it around like your arm or your leg, but I'm like, you know, I can put it anywhere. I'm a model. So I put it here, but I was like, I can't just have pink. So I was like, let me put some pink here and let me put some pink here. So it kind of creates like this sort of line anchor. That's what I was thinking. Thank you.
I might have an idea. Once when I was really little, my dad told me that Granny used to be a martial artist heroine who saved lots of people from a disaster.
I love that.
If that's true, then maybe they wrote about it in the history books or something.
A martial arts heroine? Oh, Xingqiu knows tons about Liyue's chivalric traditions.
Xingqiu.
If anyone knows about the heroes of the past, it's him. Let's go find him at the Feiyun Conference.
I love that twink. He's so cool. Let's go visit
Are you
him.
leaving already? But I'm still hungry.
Me.
I'll go order some food, Granny. If there's nothing on the menu you especially want, I'll just get a few different things.
It seems we must part ways for now. The Traveler and Paimon are bound for the Feiyun Commerce Guild, while Yuendai and Shuyu shall remain here and partake of their lunch. As for myself, I have matters to discuss with Streetward Rambler.
Jem said me, and I was like, I immediately thought of Taco Bell. Jem sitting at the table at Taco Bell. I'm still hungry.
Streetward Rambler? Oh, you mean Madam Ping?
No, Jem actually, after getting her 5th victory royale at on Fortnite, I'm still hungry.
Precisely. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace once you are ready.
I love that. So I want to ask you guys, like, genuine. I obviously, you guys know me because I told you, I like really, like, am super inspired by my grandmothers. But is there anyone in your family that like,
Always wanted to try this place.
The food is unbelievable.
you wish that you knew their story? Because I feel like with my grandmothers, for some reason, I got to get away from these yappers because I'm the one yapping here. Whenever I see like pictures of my grandmothers when they were younger, I feel like I'm seeing into like my future. I feel so like connected to them. I'm like, I always want to get as much morsels of information about their I wish that they each wrote an autobiography just for me to read. Your granny? I like this story because it reminds me of my grandmother's. I'm gonna call my grandmas tomorrow and tell them how cool they are. Yeah, I know everyone always talks about like dad lore. I care about granny lore. I feel like grandma lore is much better than dad lore.
I'll catch up.
Oh. So it is canon that Noelle does enjoy her fried chicken with ketchup. Grandma lore is dad lore 2.0. Right, like dad lore is like Mondstadt. Grandma lore is like... Grandma lore is, okay. Tell me if you guys get what I'm saying when I say this. Dad lore is like, Mondstadt. Liyue is like brother sister lore, cousin lore. Inazuma is like your auntie who like doesn't have kids and like has a really like crazy career, like the auntie who always visits like in Louboutin's lore. Sumeru is like gay uncle lore. And no. Fontaine is gay uncle lore. Sumeru is granny lore. Yes, lesbian auntie is Inazuma lore. Fontaine is gay uncle lore. Sumeru is granny lore. That's the best way that I can describe each of the nations. Girl, where is he at?
Huh. It's you two. What brings you here?
Girl, I want to spill. Let's key.
Shincho! Great, we found you! We wanted to ask you about something.
So I met this lady and she said she was a martial artist. Do you know anything about that?
That's not a whole lot of information to go off of. I don't know if I can say for sure.
Well, anything will help.
I can't pinpoint her identity from your description alone. But considering her age, I am reminded of a nameless heroine who's been featured in various chivalric novels.
Every time I see Shincho, I just think of Nyaunix now. Because Nyaunix, for one, is a big fan of Shincho, but Nyaunix's aesthetic is also very Shincho coded.
Nameless heroine?
That's right. The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago. As the people suffered, a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away evil spirits and bandit camps.
Like, this literally
People
sounds
idolized her,
and looks like
but
Nyaunix to
never
me.
learned her name. All they knew was that she always acted alone. Later, though, she supposedly fell in love with a similarly noble-minded exorcist from Mount Tianheng. They were well matched in more ways than one, often fighting together as a fearsome duo of otherworldly strength. After the drought ended, the heroine and the exorcist left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountains. All that remained were tales of her incredible accomplishments. The way this nameless heroine faded from fame into obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from Miss Yuendai. I hope that's somewhat helpful.
Babe, I think you just spilled the full story. He said, well, I don't know if I can tell you everything, but I do know that, like...
Thanks a lot, Shincho. We knew it'd be worth talking to you.
It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I did do a bit of extra research on her story, but it was just out of personal curiosity.
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super cool. Oh, wait, Shincho, if you've read up on her, do you know of any places often associated with her?
Give me 1 second. I want to see... I know that some people have been joining because the event's running, and like I've been doing the Fontaine Archon quest, so a lot of people are excited about that. But like this is like what the streams really are, is me just being a nerd and Googling Shincho's MBTI. So Shincho... INFJ. Okay. I see that. I was getting like INs.
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine always appeared near one of 3 places. Wangshu Inn, the area just north of Jueyun Karst, and Qingyun Peak.
You love doing that with literally everything. It's fun. I mean, Josu, you do kind of have that vibe. But like Josu, I guess because I like contextualize you with like Mika too, and Mika kind of has like a similar vibe too.
Perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired
That's also
the character
Nyaunix's MBTI?
was also often seen near those 3 places.
I told you.
That would explain why those locations appear in the various novels written about her.
I think that does count as a space on the bingo card, yeah.
You're welcome. To be honest, I found some parts of the story confusing when I first came across it. If Miss Yuendai was indeed the original inspiration for the character, she may just be able to help me put the pieces together. It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade into obscurity during their lifetime, even after retiring from the public eye. But no one ever saw or heard from the nameless heroine again. I've never understood why someone would go to such lengths to erase themselves from public memory. It's almost as if she was trying to hide from something. There's probably far more to the story than what's been written.
Misha from Honkai Star Rail. Oh, I've seen them.
If we manage to uncover the truth.
They're Fiorina's little brother.
That's a deal.
Or sister.
Perhaps behind
or
the truth of it all,
envy,
there lies a story
envy
more
sibling.
fantastical than any work of fiction.
Paimon feels like we just learned so much from Xingqiu. A drought, a nameless heroine, a life of seclusion. Wait, why does the story sound super familiar? Oh, right! There's a drought in this story too! Xingqiu, are droughts super common in Liyue or something?
Well,
Fiorina
they
clues.
used to be. But people have long since developed methods to prevent them. Like by cultivating the soil or digging canals. So while droughts do
I love
happen
those
from time to
ruffles.
time,
Oh my god.
they are rarely regarded as true disasters. The drought 50 years ago is probably one of the worst we've had in the last several centuries.
The MBTI, it's an acronym for Myers-Briggs. It's like a personality test. Essentially, it's a pretty long survey that you can take to get a profile of your personality. It describes whether or not you're introverted or extroverted. The T is whether you're thinking, like how you process things, how you feel things, how you perceive things or judge things. And a lot of people call it like pseudoscience or whatever, but most people just engage with it in a fun way. But there are, like, in South Korea, like, you actually get certain jobs based off of your MBTI. Like, some people won't hire you if you have like an introverted personality based on your MBTI, and you have to actually like submit your MBTI to prospective employers. Could you guys imagine that? Imagine how bad our job market is in America. Imagine having to apply with your MBTI as well. Girl, it's really fun though, Pidgey. I think you would like it. It's a pretty long little, I mean, it's not that long, but whenever I take it, I'm like, oh girl, can we be done yet?
The crops withered, the streams ran dry, and the monsters in the mountains became rabid and agitated.
Shincho wants to play DTI.
Countless caravans were
You can get
attacked,
Roblox, it's free.
and people who lost their homes came together to form bandit groups. What started as a natural disaster soon became a human tragedy as well.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, and that's exactly why the nameless heroine was so beloved. She must have been someone of true integrity, to do so much for the people while asking nothing in return. Still, as terrible as that drought was, it was nothing compared to the truly calamitous disasters that befell this land in ancient times. They say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more common. Only the strongest of adepti could hope to dispel the ruin and devastation. Do you have any other questions?
We're good for now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyun and the others again.
Paimon's like, girl, we just got a whole lore drop.
Paimon hopes that Granny Yuendai will be able to remember more of her past. She used to be a great hero who saved many people. So sad that she can't recall any of it. Anyway, we'll be off now. See you some other time, Xingqiu. Thank you so much for your help.
It's no problem at all. Safe travels.
Okay. So I have done a lot of story. I do want to do... Is there anything else I can do? I don't want to do another cutscene. But I do want to do like one last thing. I don't know what we can do though. Does the abyss like reset and I can do it again even if I can't get past where I was before? Or do you only get rewards for like your new high score? Can you wish? Because I'll do the first few if I can. No, I can't. See, I want my rewards. I want these. It only resets from floor... Of course it only resets from floor 9, right? Girl, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. My brain is a little bit too, you know. Maybe we can just chat while I hunt hilly churls? Because, girl, I've been eating hilly churls lately, but I haven't had time to get them lately. I don't know. I'm pretty much done with the story, but I don't really want to do that either. My characters are good. Okay, let's try. Let's just jump in. Let's just jump in real quick. Hilly Churls sounds more boring than this. Y'all know me. I'm not going to look at anything. I'm just going to go in with Noelle. So. And then my second team, who are my strong ones? Some of them aren't even level 80, y'all. Okay, whatever. Let's try. Obviously Venti. I guess Fischl. Bye, Josu. I'm just going to try this one time. If I fail, I'm not going to try it again. I just want to mess around. That looks good. Nahida? Oh, right. I need Dendro. Ooh, can I level up Nahida? Probably not. Let's check, though. I just want to check to see if I can. Because I do love Nahida, and I haven't really taken the time to build her, even though I plan on doing it. Yeah, I want to make a whole Nahida-based team. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I'm going to do this instead. Let's work on Nahida instead. Instead of doing Abyss, let's work on Nahida. Right? That sounds like a better idea, right? Does anyone want to help me work on Nahida? For like the last, just like one little quick boss run? I can pop a little moon. I can pop a little moon. I'm just gonna accept whoever shows up. Gem's here in spirit. No, Gem is yeah, that's Gem right there. That little pink squishy right there. That's Gem. It's Sethos. Me with a tan in my contacts. Let's go, girls. Pidgey making you do the MBTI. Who wants to play? It's down? Oh. Where do we go? Don't worry about that, Christian. Where do we go? Jump down, sister. Oh, boom. Okay. Boom. Petite travels by meal. Now, I've never fought this thing before, but let's do it.
Leave it all to me.
Oh my god. Oh wait, that was kind of cool looking. I was like, who is that man sounding like that? Because I was like, that sounds like me. And then I saw it was Baiju. Baiju is so girly pop. Remember, health comes first, sister. Yes, mama god. I have a feeling Noelle can't do anything here. It's a good thing I have the girly pops.
Someone needs assistance.
That's my twin. Right, Baiju is just me in a green wig. And foundation that's a little bit too light for my skin tone. That's literally the same person.
Leave it all to me.
Leave it all to me. You may attack activated restorative hits with Electro to increase the cleansing. I'm gonna leave this part to y'all. Okay, boom. Boom, like it was just that easy, you know? I don't think she's ready just yet, but we can get a level up if I just get some flowers. So nice! Everybody, let's take a picture in front of this flower. We have to do it really fast, really fast, really fast, really fast. Get in front. Everyone say, first Dendro hypostasis. 1, 2, 3.
Remember, health comes first.
First Dendro hypostasis. First Dendro hypostasis. Okay, thank you guys, thank you guys, thank you guys. All right. So we hit, let's wait one more minute, a 3-hour mark. I want to make sure that anybody who's watching for drops can get a drop. So I know that you only need to watch for 2 hours, but I know some people join later. So I feel like if we hit a 3-hour mark, it gives some wiggle room for people. So just give it one more minute. You have an exam on Wednesday? Are you scared, ECWC? Don't be scared. Flashbang shot.
All of it, whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request.
Okay, I think we hit that. I think we hit that 1 hour mark. Okay. Just one more final check for any primos, any pools, because as much as I should be saving for Siegeween, I just cannot resist how iconic. No, I can't. Not today. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay, everybody. Well, I had a really fun time today. Kind of a chaotic stream, but I do want to tell you guys the plans just one more time to rehash it, to let y'all know. On Monday, I plan on doing some more of... I plan on doing like that 4 hours of story for Fontaine. So if you guys can't make it for Monday, the VOD will be up, as you know. And I just really appreciate being able to hang out with you guys. Like, even when we're doing stuff that's like off topic, we still have so many people here hanging out. So I just feel very blessed in that. And I want you guys all to have a really good one. I'll be taking, well, I won't be taking the next 2 days off. I'll be around for the next 2 days, but I probably won't stream tomorrow. Maybe, I don't know. Depends. But thank you all so much for hanging out. I was looking at Pidgey fighting people. Oh, me? I'm not going to accept that because we're about to do a battle roulette. Look. Thank you all so much. Please have a good one, whatever you're up to. Everyone who's working on finals, hang in there. You're almost there. You're almost there. Just give it your best. Give it your absolute best, so that way you can go into the summer vacation just like, you know, knowing that you gave it your all. And everyone who's at work right now, just breathe. It'll be done. Maybe I don't know. Run that clock up. Take like 5 minutes to just do nothing. Get some free money. And also, everyone at home, remember to rest. Don't be in your head. You have to rest right now. And I think that's it. All right. So I will see you guys. I really liked having the stream in the back while doing some work. Nice. Thank you, Dumpster Bunny. Hashtag Drag Race. And everybody, please have a good one. Thank you all so much. Let me play a special little song that people who are new to stream probably don't know about. But we have a special song for our last stream of the week because it is very true. I can't wait to see you again.